found TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. In just a few minutes, we'll be right with you with another award-winning, action-packed edition of your Tony Basilio Show. You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio Show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show.
Listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Pumped to be with you. It's incredible. On a John Adams Tuesday presented by Jennifer Morris. Next, move SmokyMountains.com. I'm smack dab right in the middle of something. I don't know where I'm moving. I'm moving around in here. Pretty pumped to be with you. Pretty excited. Stacked, jacked, and packed on a Tuesday. We've got a lot to discuss today, including our overrated, underrated coaching list. Overrated, underrated coaches in the league. John Adams in the house. Next move, SmokyMountains.com. And I'm pumped to be with you. John, how we doing, buddy?
Would you say you're overrated or underrated as a talk show host?
Nobody knows about me, John. I'm just a guy that blends out in the background.
Yeah.
I'm what you would call, at this point, maybe like a D-list celebrity, John.
I don't think most people think of you that way, Tony. I think they think of you as a big-time wheeler dealer in a microphone. Oh, yeah. They think you make things happen.
Hey, Dixon, what's your level of pump today? My brother Steve told me 2,745 pounds last night when I asked him
I'm not quite at Steve's level, but I'm pretty close. We're getting, as football nears, we're getting excited.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at, Matt. John and I were talking last night. I'm sick of thinking about it. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's just shut the show down until we play our first game. If you could do that, John, like just shut everything down until we play the first game. Like, if people look-see into what we do at this time of the year.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I want to still get paid.
That's my point. Yeah. That's called being professional, right? So you show up every day, put your best foot forward. You know the audience is sick of it. Everybody's just kind of sick of it. We're compelled to talk about football, which is why we've got to lead with a couple baseball items. One, the Brown story that you guys have in the News Sentinel today, not good for the baseball team.
No, he's having surgery, but they think I guess he could. They expect him back for the regular season. Mm-hmm. I was just briefly reading the story before I was coming over here.
Yeah.
Emmett Siegel, our baseball beat guy.
Bow thy head when you say thy name. You'll get to know him.
He had this. He was pitching in the Cape Cod League, so he didn't pitch much for Tennessee last year. He just some midweek games.
Yeah,
he just pitched a few innings.
He didn't hit much for Tennessee either last year.
No, he was.
He was what you kind of call disappointment.
He's what. That's the thing about hitting. They're guys they're mistake hitters.
Yeah.
And those guys can feast on maybe the midweek games.
That's right.
But Tennessee's had a lot of guys that can hit. Doesn't matter what the pitching is.
That's right.
So but who knows? Maybe he'll come back in 27 and have a big year. Hitting is not an even keel process. You have ups and downs in it. So, but they could certainly use him.
Focusing just on hitting could be a blessing in disguise for him.
That's a good point, Matt.
Well, Matt, do you think he really focused much on pitching, though, last year? Because he hardly ever –
Well, I thought he did going into the season, and all offseason he clearly did.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, but I don't know. It's weird with him. I just think he's just really raw as a baseball player and needs to just play a lot. And there's a ton of just raw ability and talent there, but there's a lot of fine tuning. And I just think if he focused on one, it would probably help him. And focusing on hitting, which is probably the way to go.
Well, it won't.
It could help, but you never want a guy to get hurt.
No.
Well,
it's not going to affect him as a hitter.
He would be. He'll be out for fall ball though, so
yeah,
he'll miss that. But so there'll be a lot of opportunities for outfielders on this team.
So I think that my take is. I believe that's some tough news, Tennessee baseball guy. I think in a couple of days, you're going to see reported that Tennessee's going to get some good news in the form of a returning player. So we'll see if that comes to pass. But and I think that'll be a good thing. Hey, Matt, it's always good to get a senior leader back, take advantage of the 5th-year deal. And he was a key player last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys can continue to make jumps, and these 5th, 6th-year guys tend to be the best players in the sport, even if they don't have the high end like pro ability or high end pro upside. They can dominate the college game. So it'd be nice if our football team could get one or two of those guys back on the defensive line too.
Isn't that wild, man? Our poor football. That's John, we were talking last night. Jennifer Morris, Next Move, SmokyMountains.com presents John. Shout out to Jennifer. That's tough, man. When you have a break like that with Farouk in camp, you haven't even played a game. You haven't even gotten your first scrimmage.
These
brutal sport, man.
Preseason football. And we were talking last night.
Yeah.
Tony and I, we do talk sometimes off air. We're kind of friends. Wouldn't you say we're friends?
Yes. Yeah, I consider you a friend.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, we were. It's. I can see the day where they don't even scrimmage anymore in preseason. I think that, and that day's coming sooner or later. The college season is longer now. There's more money at stake. I just think. I think you won't see any more scrimmages. Eventually.
Hey Matt, we were talking yesterday, and you like the intricacies of the deal, but it seems like the new thing that we're going to see this year that we started to see last year, Ohio State slow played their season. It kind of cost them; they never got in gear, but they went purposefully slow offensively to a point where it sort of inhibited them. But both Miami and Indiana were indicative of a sport, including Tennessee last season, who slowed it down. What do you make of that trend, Matt? It seems like the time of the super fast offense. Look, the Vols are still going fast at times, but go ahead.
There's been a lot of rule and clock changes in recent years that kind of negate the advantages of the up tempo no huddle stuff. And then you've also have defenses have adjusted to the spread offenses and the no huddle, and where they take away deep shots and force you to have longer drives to take away explosives, and that bleeds the clock. So you have to be more efficient than kind of up tempo now, because you have limited possessions, less plays, scoring's down across the board. So you have to be really efficient with your plays and possessions, maybe more so than in the past when you could get 9 or 10 possessions in the game. Maybe you only get 7 now, and that obviously leads to closer games, lower scoring games. But you just have to be more efficient offensively, and the no up tempo, just kind of going breakneck speed, sometimes doesn't lead to that.
Well, go back a few years. Was it 2 years ago where they changed where the clock keeps running on first downs now, except in the last 2 minutes of the half of the game?
Yeah.
Now that's taken plays away too.
Sure, it has. But the other thing that's really taken drives away, if you look at it, we have the graphic today just over 5 years ago, and we were talking about the lost art of the punt return. Man, you go back 10 years ago, Tennessee would have 3 punt returns for a touchdown in a season. That's kind of how, and that's sort of how it was across college football. People would get in 4th and short, and they'd punt the ball. These days, you get in 4th and short, it doesn't matter where you are. And the pro game, which is kind of crazy to say, right? Because the pro game is a more intricate version of the game, and it's a more precise, and the defenses are better in the pro game. John, in the pro game, they don't punt at all now, man. I mean, they hardly punt the ball in the pro game, unless it's 4th and long. But in the college game, it's so incremental that you don't even notice it. But Tennessee hardly punted last year.
Well,
and didn't have hardly any punt returns.
It's interesting how the college game, and see, I've always preferred the college game to the pro game.
Me too.
Just more entertaining, but they're coming closer and closer together in so many ways. Getting paid is one big way, obviously. Transfer portal is like free agency. Guys move around in the NFL. But what you're talking about, the games themselves, it's a slower game. It seems more formulated.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, and it's more teams are doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about that again with the field goal kicking too, because in the NFL now, if a guy lines up for between a 50 and 60-yard field goal, it's like it used to be a 35-yard field goal. You just know he's going to make it. It's game over. You're sitting there in the last second, and the guy's getting ready to kick a 55-yard field goal. That used to be, 55 yards. Who knows if he can make this 50-50. No, they're going to make that 85% of the time.
Mm-hmm. That's why Tennessee had to find a new kicker.
Well, you go look. Remember that guy last year with the shorts got our attention for Oklahoma. What was his name, Matt? Tate something. What was?
Boy, he could hammer it.
Sorrell, maybe he drilled a bunch in a lot of the regular season games, and then I think he missed 3 or 4 in the playoff game.
Yeah, I know. I know he
Ironically.
did. Yeah.
Like shorter one, like ones that were inside like 45.
And he was the reason they were there.
I know, because he made clutch kicks. Those guys, some of those guys, pressure isn't the problem. It's just a technique thing. It's just like a golf swing, a hitter swing. They get a little off in their mechanics, and they're not as good. But, yeah, you got to be able to count on your kicker in those close games. And I think it's the way the SEC is getting all bunched up now.
Tons of close games. If
you don't have a kicker, I think that's where some more NIL money's going now.
Well, I was talking to one of my compadres from our Winners and Losers program presented by Dos Equis, and we're talking about doing a like a preseason show there with some long-term picks, etc., and just kind of getting the lay of the land. Hey, Brian Hartman, it's difficult, man. It's difficult to look at the league and go, okay, I really like them. And then a couple of weeks ago, we were talking on here. It's just a bunch of teams. And the Tennessee Vols are in the bunch, which is okay with me because there were years where we weren't even in the bunch. I'm happy to be in the bunch, Bri. We're alive.
Well, I think you could see an entire league almost finish between 10-2 and 4-8. And there's 16 teams. That seems impossible, but I don't know there's much difference between a team that would finish 8-4 and one that would finish 4-8.
I think that's going to happen this year. Yeah, I think that's right. A few bounces of the ball. The other thing
I don't know if anybody can go undefeated in this season.
Oh, no. No, not in this league. Nobody's gone undefeated in this league. No way.
Yeah, but nobody thought Indiana could have gone undefeated last year.
Different league. I think we've had this conversation.
Well, we've had that. Yeah, but you carry it on through the playoff, though. They played 16 games and went undefeated.
Well, that's a good point. I was thinking about the regular season. I don't think anybody's going to go undefeated in the regular season. And I'm really hoping that we get a national champion. Bino said it out loud yesterday. He's cheering for somebody else other than the two obnoxious leagues. And if you look at that first AP top 25 poll, which really in this day and age, is worth about as much as a quarter, won't even get you a cup of coffee these days. But that said, it's pretty indicative of two leagues that are dominating the sport. And, what are you going to do? What was it, Brian? One had 8, one had 7.
It was 9-8.
9-8.
9 SEC, 8 Big
teams.
10.
I think what happens when you do that, though, because I do a weekly Big 10 SEC poll.
Yeah.
And top 25, rather. And so when you're voting in the top 25 poll and you get down to the last 10 teams, I think you tend to favor those two power conferences now. You think of a team that you don't know how they might go. They might they might be 6-6, but maybe 8-4.
Right.
As opposed to it's almost kind of a discriminatory thing because there might be a better team in the ACC at that juncture, but you have a hard time. You have a hard time putting that name down because it's the ACC. How good are they? But I think the Big 12 has more potential for getting teams in the top 25 than the ACC. I love the Miami team this year. It's a bona fide national championship contender. But the rest of that league, I just don't know.
It's crazy, Matt, to see Clemson sitting there at 26. It's got to be just a dizzying experience to be a Clemson fan because here you have this head coach who you owe it to that when they were cheating like champions and buying homes for people. And I mean, look, they did those things in our community. It is what it is. I didn't do it. But when they were doing those things and really had it going, and Clemson down through the years under Danny Ford, and before that, even before Danny Ford, they were always known as sort of a renegade pro. Now you can't renegade. So
Well, you can, but they chose not to. They, Dabo basically avoided the portal like they were a service academy the first, 4 or 5 years of it, and they've just never recovered from that. And they already took a drop off anyway, and the ACC's gotten better, so they're not the gap between them and everybody else isn't as great as it once was, and they just fell off.
They start the year
kind of by their own choosing,
and they start the year, John, at 26. Would you buy, sell, or trade them at the 26th spot as a stock? Would you buy they're going to be better than that, or do you think that they're going to end up right in that same spot at 26?
I think that's about right. I certainly would buy. Because I go back to last year remember when LSU and Clemson opened the season, I thought we're seeing two teams that might meet again in the college football playoff. You talk about Clemson, how it's dropped off, but going into last season, it was kind of the narrative was Clemson is back because it finished strong the year before, and I think people thought it would be really good, and it just wasn't. I think when you didn't get on board right away in this transitional era, when you didn't get on board right away with NIL in the portal, you're playing catch up, and it might be a long time before you come back.
Florida's another example of that. That's what happened to Florida. Florida did not have their ducks in a row with their NIL, and they got lapped.
And the thing is, they had a better coach than what they've been hiring with Dan Mullen.
No question about it.
And so if you've got NIL, I kind of liken it to Tennessee situation. Dan Mullen, to me, and Josh Heupel are good track record, really good offensive coaches.
Good meat potato coaches is what they are.
Yes, they're good game day coaches. So you get your NIL in place with Dan Mullen.
Yeah.
They really should have rethought that. That to me was a bad firing.
I don't think there's any doubt about that in light of what happened this last cycle. I think the guy they have now is pretty good, but we'll have to see what happens. Florida, though, as Hoosierval says, it's bizarre to see how bad they were last year. I mean, Tennessee walked the dog on them, and that was not a great Tennessee team. And they beat them absolutely. They could have scored 80 in that game if they would have felt like it. That was a bad Florida team we saw last year.
And it beat Texas, didn't it?
And that's the point. And that's the point in this league. That's why, James Daniels in our chat is a great chatter. May others aspire to be like him, including this fellow that lives in Colorado that wants to talk politics all the time. Look,
they want to talk politics with you.
Here's the deal: you bring it in this room on YouTube, and I'm going to blow you up. And if you keep doing it, I'm going to ban you. So he has his final warning. Final warning. Let this be your final warning. You do anything political, we're here to talk sports. We're here to unite, not divide. Okay, that's why I don't get into all that WNBA crap. Which, by the way, Sophie Cunningham's a hero of mine, but I don't get into it. I just love her. I just love her because here's the thing: if Bayou Barbie, wants to pick a fight with her, she'd kick Bayou Barbie's teeth right up in her face somewhere, and she looks like a supermodel. But she could absolutely defend her. What is she like? She's like a black belt or something, isn't she?
Oh, she was that before she.
Look at her.
Before she enrolled in the first grade.
She's like me. Look, beauty and brawn. See, I relate to her. Beauty and brawn. And this audience saw me do my push-ups when I was at my brother's house. They know that's no joke.
Yeah.
They know that's no joke.
It is a joke.
Vizina is Clemson's quarterback. Matt, are you buying Vizina? Yes or no? Or is he going to win the Vizina Trophy this year for the lowest scoring quarterback?
I'm selling everything Clemson. Quarterback, running back, head coach, OC returning. I'm selling everything Clemson.
Here are the teams on Tennessee's. Did I miss anybody? Yeah, we have Ole Miss too. Teams that are on our roster in the league. Teams that are on our. Have I missed anybody, Bri? We play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams ahead of us in the survey. Is that right, Bri?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Texas A&M, Ole Miss,
No,
LSU,
They
Alabama.
don't play Ole Miss. They don't play Ole Miss.
You play 4 teams.
That's what I was thinking
4.
about. I keep thinking Lane Kiffin's at Ole Miss, damn it. But it's LSU. And that leads me to our overrated, underrated list. Matt, would you care to throw out your first? And by the way, I want the living listener to participate in this in the form of calling at 865-200-5402. We're just wide open kicking it with you. John Adams, presented by Jennifer Morris, Next Move, SmokyMountains.com, who attended a practice last week. John, I keep hearing that our freshman quarterback's going to be very good. I would like to propose something to that he's looking pretty good in camp. And G-Max looked better, so that's good. But our freshman had a really, really nice scrimmage for himself over the weekend, which is good news because they put the pressure on you. They put the pads on you. You go into the stadium. How are you going to handle it? It's really your first test. You know, and as you said, we're going to come to a day where we're going to quit scrimmaging. What they're going to do is they're going to do OTAs in the spring. They're going to adopt what the NFL's doing, but they don't even have to make them OTAs, but they're just going to do a couple weeks of spring practice like they do in the pros to get you acclimated. Then they're going to move spring practice to the summer, John, where they do their summer practice. This is what Watson Brown believes. They do their summer practice as a run-up to the deal, and then you won't need these scrimmages where kids are getting hurt. You're just already going to have your spring practice in the summer, and then you run up to the season, and it's a long slog
Now,
for these kids.
None of Tennessee's players got hurt during the scrimmage that are out for the year.
That's true.
It should be pointed out.
Well, yeah, you can have an injury. You could fall on your helmet in a locker room and injure yourself at Tennessee. But in most cases, you just want to cut down on the possibilities, and the scrimmage is a way to do that, certainly.
Jinx Jones is telling me that the quarterback's name of Clemson is Vezina. Yeah, listen, I'm doing a take of the Vezina Trophy. That's all I care about. Matt knew what I was doing. The Vezina Trophy in hockey. That's all I care about. Which you got to wear a mask for that. I sent John this last night. There's a masked bandit that's running around Center City, Philadelphia right now, terrifying people.
Well, just to look at him will scare you to death.
In a hockey mask. I need to send it to Matt. He's walking up to people telling them it's your time to die, and then he runs away from them. But he's got like a mask. He's got a mask on. He looks like Rocky Dennis.
I thought of the Elephant Man.
Yeah, Rocky Dennis. So here we are. We're breaking it down scientifically. We're moving right to left across your device. Matt, they leaked yesterday, before we get into the overrated, underrated, 865-200-5402. Who are the 3 most underrated coaches in the SEC? Who are the 3 most overrated coaches in the SEC? I would like to nominate for underrated coaches a guy that's won 10 games twice in his 6-year tenure. A guy that has resurrected his program from the depths of despair and destruction. A guy, along with the AD that hired him, who's taken his program to the precipice of the mountaintop, and were it not for an ill-fated night in a game played in sand, quicksand, one may add, might have 2 playoff appearances. Now, granted, this underrated coach's 1 playoff appearance was an absolute obliteration, got absolutely obliterated, OBLIVERATED, just a total obliteration. But Matt Diskin, I digress. Did you, Matt, see the leak of the Smoky Gray uniform, Matt Dixon, the Smoky Gray uniform? What'd you think, Matt?
The one that's for sale.
The one that's out there right now. Yesterday online, there was a.
I saw it.
What do you think of it?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Why don't we bring back Butch? Why don't we bring back Butch? If we're going to wear those, why don't we just bring back Butch for the game and let him and bring Dooley back with his orange pewter dog? What are we doing? Don't we want to get past that as a school, as a university, as a people group, as a school, as a university, as a fan base, as a people group, as a university, as a whole ecosystem, as a volunteer, the big orange train of love. Don't we want to get past that? Don't you want to get past that? Or do you want to keep going back? Why do you want to support that? What are they doing?
I'm so impressed that you can get that worked up and that passionate.
I'm really not that worked up.
Oh, that was an act.
Chad Field says orange aren't the real ones. I don't give a damn what the real ones are. Are they smoky gray? Huh? Are they, Chad? Are they smoky gray, Chad? Count me out. Because it's not a color, first of all. It's like color neutral. Secondly, they're horrible looking. Thirdly, when did they debut, John? You're the Vol historian in here. When did they debut?
I'm no historian.
Well, okay.
2013, the 2013 season.
Who was the head coach, Bri?
Butch Jones against Georgia.
Let's bring him back. Let's bring back the 6-3 strain. I had a little this morning.
That was one of the most heartbreaking games that I think I've ever been to.
All right.
The way it finished.
That was your fumble in the end zone. That was the fumble on the cone.
What game was that? Who was
when they were ahead like by 7 late in the game, and then
Pigster.
Georgia tied it with 5 seconds left.
Pig Howard game?
Yes.
The Pigster. This little piggy went to mock it as what's that guy's name? Jackson. Basically saying New York, but he's really good. The what's the point guard's Mark Jackson? This little piggy went to mock it. And that little piggy stayed home. He fumbled, John, stretching the ball. Now, that's some loser stuff right there. That's when you know you're in a bad era. When you watch bad teams do bad things at bad times because they're bad teams, even though they gave it their all, they gave it the old college try. Matt, what kind of record would Georgia have had in that era in 2013? What kind of team did they put on the field when we were about to beat them?
Well, they were just coming off the year where I think they played Alabama in what was the de facto national championship game in Atlanta. When Bama didn't beat Notre Dame, I think Aaron Murray was still their quarterback as a senior. So I think that was kind of the peak of, or one of the peaks of the Mark Richt era.
John, can you imagine losing like that?
Don't you hate it when you're watching a game and you see a guy stretch the ball out and trying to put it over a goal line and put it? I mean, when it's not necessary, don't do that. The risk.
Everybody, here's the thing about sports today. Everybody wants to get on ESPN. Everybody.
It's a sickness.
Or back then it was ESPN. Now it's go viral. And now it's go viral. Get that thing out social media. But, yeah, that was the era where the guys would really do that. They would really sell out to hit the cone.
Yeah.
That was too bad. Great memory. Only a memory of what our love was going to be. Because
Tennessee's had two let's see, a pig and a squirrel.
Pig and a squirrel.
Both kind of the same.
Mediocre players.
Same type player. Both of whom I thought were going to be really good.
Well, usually when you have a nickname like that.
You think that inflates their
Of course.
Yeah, you think.
Undersized and a step slow slot receivers. That's what both of them were.
But you couldn't tell people that at the time, Matt, because they would rage on you. Because one's name was Pig and the other, Piggy. Did Piggy ever play pro ball? Do we know?
Good one.
Did Piggy?
You're the one that watches the Canadian League and
did Piggy
UFL.
finish here? Did Piggy finish here, Matt? He didn't, did he?
No, he
He played the year after that, I think.
He ended up somewhere
else.
But
then I believe he transferred out after the 14th season.
And Squirrely ended up where? Like at Florida State?
At Florida State, and he got trampled when was it Virginia beat him
game
last year.
He caught like 3 passes all year.
That's right.
Yeah,
And
he caught a touchdown versus Bama in the first game, and I think he had like 2 catches the rest of the year.
He's the guy that got trampled by some cousins of my son's fiance.
what?
Yeah, her cousins came out of the end zone, and one of them trampled right on. Like, if you look at the video, you can see the kid. Poor pig, man. Was he trying to catch a ball there on a 2-point conversion or something, Matt, and they missed it? And was that the play?
Something like that. He was in the end zone for the final play.
We could pick it out. I'd like to see could you pick an SEC all animal team with their nicknames like
Honey Badger?
Oh, I put the honey badger on there for sure.
Pig Prather from Mississippi State.
Well, we don't even have the best
Pork Chop Womack.
We didn't even have the best pig.
No, you didn't.
We didn't even have the best pig. We got the second best pig in the deal.
What was there hasn't been another squirrel.
There was a big cat. Did we have a big cat at one time? There was a big cat here. Who am I thinking of? Big cat.
There was somebody named Cash, but I mean, that's not an animal.
It is at Penn State. Buy you a whole lot of cocaine. How about my boy? How about my boys?
Business enterprising going on.
How about my boys at cocaine? My boys at Penn State. When you have a scandal there, man, you go for it. And the guy, there's one dude that's in the middle of that who looks like Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Go look at the mug shots. There's another guy who's at the very tippy top of it, who's a paisan, who's on the lamb right now. Everybody else turned themselves in.
He's fleeing the scene.
He's on the lamb, yeah.
So
he's on the lammy love, Tron.
He's the ringleader.
And he's a ringleader.
Was this
on campus?
Was there a strong Italian presence in this criminal activity?
It was tied to organized crime out of New York and Philadelphia. So I would say yes. But these were enterprising young men moving a lot of cocaine over state lines. You got a little bit of everything there. And they were the main suppliers. And my favorite thing is the district attorney, when he came out, because everybody's got to kiss the ring of Penn State. He said, this is not indicative of what goes on at State College. And I just want you to know, parents out there, these guys lived in an off-campus fraternity house. Now, what they would do, John, this is my favorite part of the story. When you pledged one of the 2 fraternities involved, if you were a pledge to show that you had the stuff to be a part of their deal, they would bring the cocaine in huge bags. You were the one that would sit there and cut it in the basement into the baggy sized for distribution. The pledges, the 17 and 18-year-old kids that were pledging fraternities were the ones that would hey, parents, just want you to know this is not indicative of the type of university we have. I just want you to know, just so we understand. That's what the DA said. I just want you to know this is not indicative.
When is what's his name, Sandusky, eligible for parole?
I mean, what are we doing? Matt, you imagine sending your kid to campus and you find out that in order to pledge that fraternity, they were having to cut cocaine into sellable quantities. That's what they did.
You probably didn't find out about that.
I mean, that makes, like in my day when they used to take you out in the middle of a field and tie you up and pour motor oil over your head. And then you had to find your way back to campus.
Did you belong to a fraternity?
No.
I didn't either.
Didn't have to buy my friends.
No.
Go! My friends bought me. Shh. So we had a pork chop Womack. We had a...
Well, let's try and get all the animals out.
Do we have a dog? Was there anybody named Dog?
Surely
Who was the big cat, Matt? There was somebody named Big Cat. Big Cat somebody.
Probably a defensive lineman. Big Cat. Sounds like somebody at Auburn, maybe.
I know there was a meat cleaver Weaver at one time.
My favorite
name.
Yeah, I really like. I interviewed him one time.
Was there a beaver?
I mean, probably not in the field.
God, we're already into the third hour.
All right, so Big Cat Bryant at Auburn. Thank you.
I got
and
it.
Big
I
Cat
said
Ernie Ladd. And Big Cat, you said
Auburn. Yeah.
You said Auburn. How did you know that?
I guess it was stuck in my head. I just couldn't quite remember it fully, but yeah.
Hey, Matt, who's your Desert Island game of the year? Your one game you love when you look at the schedule.
Oh, Texas. It's everything great about college football. Two premier brands early in the season. So, you still have hope and excitement and, throwing the Arch Manning factor, just everything about that. I mean, WLN's been waiting 50 years for this game. But no, it's Texas because it's a celebration of the sport.
We come back on the other side. Want to hear from you. Scrimmage over the weekend. Offense was on point. Weird to hear that offense is ahead of defense.
Well, they are putting in a new system.
Yeah. And they are also getting word out to the worried fan base through VolQuest, apparently, that none of that happened on the first team's watch. None of the success in the scrimmage. We continue with more. 865-200-5402. Look, if you think this defense this year, well, never mind. We're going to continue with more on the other side right after this. Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Balls fans, this is linebacker Jaden Perlotti. When my family and friends need Tennessee gear, I tell them every time, Alumni Hall has it all. With 7 stores in Tennessee, you get the best selection of ball gear anywhere. Adidas, Peter Millar, Yeti, Owala, No Rivals, Tailgate Gear, and more. Shop in store, online, or download the Alumni Hall app. Whether you need to blitz or throw a touchdown, Alumni Hall will help you win. Alumni Hall, your ultimate ball shopping experience. And tell them Jaden sent you.
The High Noon line of hard seltzers is always a winner and always next level. High Noon vodka seltzers come in 14 flavors with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added, and it's gluten-free.
Personally, I'm partial black cherry and pineapple.
14 flavors.
That's as many bad takes as I've got in a week.
In the mood for a kick? Try High Noon vodka iced tea in 6 refreshing flavors,
including peach and lemon, green tea, and half and half.
Feeling adventurous? Check out High Noon tequila seltzer in 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite, Blood Orange. High Noon Real Vodka. Real fruit juice. Live like the sun is always out.
Brought to you by High Noon Spirits Company. Must be 21 and over to enjoy responsibly.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet.
Garza Law.
5th quarter fan reaction.
Fan reaction.
As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
One homestand remaining to see your Knoxville Smokies in action. That's it. The first week of September, your Smokies are home against the Chattanooga Lookouts. And we're closing out the season with amazing promotions every night. Taco Tuesday and All-You-Can-Eat Wednesday, less than $20 for tons of food and game tickets.
Nice.
Our final Thirsty Thursday, final fireworks show, and we end the season with our fan appreciation game. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
With Gary Sturm. He's with Mortgage Investors Group, making our community a better place every day. Gary, you've been at it 32 years, man.
Yes, Tony, I've been at Mortgage Investors Group for 32 years. We've known each other since, back in the 80s, right?
And we've gotten to know each other recently as our family has gotten involved with another mortgage. Through that whole process, you were a prince, just like Jeker. When he called you at 3 o'clock in the morning after a Tennessee loss, you've been giving your phone number out for a couple decades. And why is that, Gary?
This is the biggest financial decision you're ever going to make. You don't want to trust somebody online, some 800 number. You want to call somebody like myself that's going to give you my number, and you can call me anytime. I'm there to help you. I'm here to help you and your family, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your trust in me. You can call me anytime. You can be like Jeker and call me at 2 a.m. and complain about the balls just like he did. I'd rather you call me about a mortgage, but that's okay. If you want to cry about the balls, we can do that too. I'm a ball at heart. You know that. And if you want to come in and meet with me face to face, I'm here. If you want to do it online, I'm here. That's fine. If you're curious if you can qualify to buy a house, people know the housing market's tough. That's what I'm here for. There's no obligation. You can call me anytime. I get you pre-qualified. Or maybe you've got a mortgage and you're thinking about refinancing. Maybe you want to shorten the term. Maybe you want to go to a 15-year. Who knows? But again, that's what I'm here for. It's what I've been here for 32 years. My number is 865-660-2648. It's 865-660-2648.
Gary Sturm at Mortgage Investors Group, going to take great care of you.
Got a plumbing or HVAC problem at home? Whether it's an AC that won't cool, a furnace acting up, a clogged drain, or a water heater problem, Pipe Wrench Home Services is ready to help. Right now, get 15% off any HVAC or plumbing repair when you schedule service with Pipe Wrench Home Services. Our licensed technicians are equipped to diagnose the issue, explain your options, and get the repair done right the first time. Don't let a small problem turn into a major headache. That strange noise from your air conditioner, the water heater that's not keeping up, or the drain that keeps backing up won't fix itself. The longer you wait, the bigger the problem can become. At Pipe Wrench Home Services, we make repairs simple with friendly technicians and fast, reliable service that you can count on. We'll arrive ready to identify the problem and get your home back to normal as quickly as possible. Take advantage of 15% off any HVAC or plumbing repair and schedule your appointment today at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. Restrictions may apply. Eligible for repairs up to $5,000. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
TB back with you. John's got a really interesting idea there of the names, with the names of animals, guys with names of animals. Brian, somebody on here said we ought to be ashamed of ourselves not coming up with Swamp Rat. How come we didn't come up with Swamp Rat right away? Why didn't we come up with Swamp Rat right away? John, why didn't we come up with it right away?
Well, it was just too far back, and we probably weren't thinking of Tennessee. Well, yeah, we did, because we were thinking of pig. There was a bull, and there'd been a bull. Let's see, when I was
there a snake somewhere? Like somebody
Jackie Sherrill had a bull.
No, there was a snake.
Manny Fernandez played college ball. They called him the Raging Bull.
Kenny Stabler, the snake.
Kenny Stabler, the snake.
That's good. Let's write that down. Stabler's a snake. We have the Swamp Rat. We have somebody said on here, let me see if I can find it. Paul Grimm. He says Von Reeves was known as Big Cat Daddy. John, you covered Von Reeves. Did you know that he was called Big Cat Daddy?
I did not.
So it has to be, I would think, a nickname that's out in the public parlance.
Who do we say the Auburn player was named Big Cat?
Ernie Ladd? No. Damn it, Tony. He played at Grambling, though. You put him down. Hey, he's in the same era.
I thought we were doing SEC.
No, let's do all sports. Let's do all the
what?
whole. Huh? Let's do the whole thing. Open it up.
No.
Why? For all different names.
Surely there's been somebody named Bull.
How about dog?
Herschel was the big dog.
There you go. Put Herschel Walker down. He's a big dog.
Jawan Jennings.
Jawan Jennings is a dog. He had a dog in him.
They throw that name around all the time now, so it doesn't really count as a nickname.
He wasn't nicknamed that.
No,
though.
he's a dog.
That was his description.
But if they bark at you,
let's see, dogs, cats, pig. Think of other snake. That's a pet.
Snake's a great thing.
What about any
gerbils out there?
I just thought of that.
In college ball, and shout out to Jerry Penacoli, wherever he may be. Read up on it, kids. Okay, I want to go back here.
Yeah, what were you doing?
So somebody said, Tony, about the defense. Are you accusing VolQuest of fabricating? I never said that. I said they cleaned it up. Here's what happens. This is John Latesta. We've been at this a long time. A scrimmage happens. They don't give anybody any information. Okay, drips and drabs leak out through different sources.
Well, former players
that
some
are there,
in the media,
right? And things are going to leak out, and so eventually you get a pretty decent picture by Sunday afternoon of what's occurred. Then Tennessee comes behind it when people are panicking because everybody says that the true freshman quarterback had a great scrimmage.
Just thought of one, Rooster Jones.
The wide receivers, thank you. The wide receivers had a great scrimmage. The running back from Tulane is better than people thought he was, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then people start worrying. And then people on, like the VolQuest board, the 247 board, people like me start, hey, man, what's going on with the defense? Then they have to clean it up. And the way you clean it up is you go behind and you say, hey, guys, would you tell them none of that happened against the first team? And those guys are going, it sure would have been nice if you would have shared that with us. But, of course, you don't share anything with anybody. So we're all left to draw our own conclusions. And I said they, quote, unquote, cleaned it up. I never say anybody fabricated anything. Did you get out of John, somebody cleaned something up that you're fabricating something?
Listen, not at all.
You know me. If I thought somebody fabricated something, I'd get right on here and say, they fabricate. I didn't say that.
And you're also...
I never would say that about those guys. Why would they fabricate something? Because eventually, here's the truth. Eventually, that defense, if you get on there and you show for that defense, and these guys know better than that, eventually that defense is going to take the field. We're all going to see what they have on defense. And I maintain this about any of this stuff. The freshman quarterback had a really nice scrimmage. Does that mean he's a good player in college football? No. When we know he's a good player in college football is when we see it on the field. Because I will take you back to Nico, I'm always going to leave you. And this idiot sitting in this chair right here, inhabiting this DNA, with this immortal soul in his body, made an ass of himself. Okay?
That's probably the only time that's ever happened with you, too.
Well, one thing about me, though, is it's hard to teach me lessons, but I learned that one. And I'm never going to pronounce anything based on anything that happens in summer ball. That said, I'm worried about our defense. But I have reason to be worried about our defense. Here's why I'm worried. Jim Knowles' defense takes 2 years at every stop before it becomes what it's supposed to become. 1. 2, these injuries in preseason are not a good thing. They've now lost a key guy at every level. Okay? They lost a guy that they brought in here from Penn State. That's level 1.
Are you talking about Chaz Coleman?
Yes.
Well, he was never on the team.
They lost a linebacker. And Arian Carter's not going to play in a key game. So that's 2 guys down from that level. The next level back is the Farouk guy. Key player or not, John? And then we'll go to the phones.
Very much a key player.
So you've lost key players for that Georgia Tech game at every level. I do remind myself, Georgia Tech is an ACC team. Matt, somebody said, and we're going to have Georgia Tech's play-by-play guy on tomorrow to give us a sneak preview of what's happened in camp. Somebody said yesterday, Matt, they liken the Georgia Tech team and what's left there to Syracuse last season. Is that fair or not fair? or is that selling Georgia Tech short, Matt?
I think they're a little bit better than that Syracuse team that Tennessee saw last year.
Better coach.
A little bit more talent across the board.
Yeah, I like Brent Key as a coach.
I mean, that Syracuse lost their quarterback pretty early. I mean, they beat Clemson last year.
Wow.
I mean, I think they went 4-8, maybe 5, and they probably would have been hovering around a bowl game if the quarterback didn't get hurt. He was a nice college quarterback for that league.
Their defense was just awful.
Their defense was awful.
Awful.
It was. I mean, the defense was like almost like a. Well, you don't think of it as a Power 4 conference defense. When I looked over at Georgia Tech, it's got legitimately one of the best group of running backs in the country. Georgia Tech does. It's really strong at running back, and its defensive front, I think, is going to be good.
The issue with them is that defensive line. See, somebody's got to win that matchup. Their offensive line against our defense.
Now, see, he's an offensive coach. He was an offensive lineman. You would expect his offensive lines to be good, but they lost some players. You can't count on that, particularly early season game. That would be a good game for Tennessee's defensive front. Because I don't think it will certainly, even though it's inexperienced in some places, it won't be outmanned. I think that matchup will be pretty even.
If that team moves the ball on you, you have issues. But you know what? You're going to have issues in that game anyway because it's early in the season. Here's another adage of college football. We were talking about this yesterday, the way this thing's changed. In my book, we don't punt anymore. And there are no punt returns. That's one change. The other change is they used to say the biggest improvement you make is from week 1 to week 2. There's no way in hell that's true anymore. There's so much that's new. There's no way to figure out who you are for a good 4 weeks in that sport. This week 1 to week 2 improvement thing and you have everything fixed. There's no way you have everything fixed and you make this great improvement. John, will you in yesteryear, we used to say that. Coaches used to say that. We all bought it. But that, I believe, till the end of September, you're just out there kind of on pins and needles hoping that it all holds together because you're coaching college football still. And it's so much change.
Yeah, and Tennessee's an exception in this regard in that it's got its offensive line back pretty much intact from last year. But most of these offensive lines, I looked through the SEC, so many of them are counting on transfers, and these guys might be good players.
Yeah.
Usually it takes some time.
That includes Texas.
Texas, yes.
That helps you. That helps you if you're in Tennessee.
Yeah, it does.
You got the cohesive offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You should win that. The problem is Texas defensive line and their defense is full of great players.
Yeah. And its offensive line, what's his name? Vernon Gosby was first team all SEC. He's a transfer. They also got a back under that 5-for-5 ruling. They got a guy back who started double-figure games for them in his career. He thought he was done, so that gives them some depth there.
That's what they needed. They need guys back.
Yeah, I think though.
A joke.
Well,
I mean, all teams, right? $50 million roster. They're the team that needs. Let's get a guy back because of a court ruling.
Well, I still though I don't know how good Texas will be at that point. But one thing about Texas, it will find out what its problems are right away because it plays Ohio State in game 2.
Yeah.
So that helps it. Now, if it loses that game, does it help it? It would certainly put the pressure on.
Hey, Matt, they're saying Gooseby tore his ACL yesterday. Did you hear that?
What?
I saw he got hurt. He had a knee injury in practice. I haven't seen any diagnosis.
That would be an enormous
anytime a lineman injures a knee, that's, if it's not a season ender, it's definitely gonna hurt them for a month or two at minimum.
Wow.
All right, it says here, I don't want the full AI mode. Get out of my face. This damn Google. Get out of my face.
I got it. I got it called up. And it's
Call it up. Let's read it to
Well,
me.
I called it up, and it's an obituary for Vernon Gosden. Remember Vernon Gosden?
Yes. My other thing is locked up, damn it. I'm gonna have a freak out moment here on the air. Why is this thing locked up, man? You got to be kidding me.
Texas's offensive line was bad last year.
Bad.
They weren't good at all.
No, they weren't good at all.
Yeah, here we go. Texas star.
Only
Texas,
one or two guys. They weren't any good.
Texas cannot afford to lose their top offensive lineman, the headline says. The Texas Longhorns underwent a major offensive reconstruction this past season. Yeah, typical internet story. Don't get to the bury the lead. Put it so you'll keep scrolling. They're talking about what a big acquisition
I hate AI.
Gooseby was.
I hate AI. Hate.
Yeah, well, it's just
hate.
According to reports from OrangeBloods.com, Anwar Richardson, you familiar with him? Has Brian ever recruited him as a guest on your show?
No, but we had Anwar Sadat on back in the late 70s. But continue. Menachem Begin wasn't available, or I would have brokered peace back then.
Gooseby suffered a knee injury in practice on Monday. Gooseby will undergo an MRI on Tuesday to determine the extent of the injury. Gooseby is crucial to the Longhorns' success. It would be a major blow for the Longhorns if they'd lost him for any.
Here's the latest. They're saying on here that it's just a bone bruise. So, James Daniel IV, is it a torn ACL or a bone bruise? You're the one reporting, not me. I need the report for right now. I need the full report out of your Austin bureau. Matt, I would say there's a radical departure from a bone bruise to a torn ACL. And by the way, we were referencing that injury that happened to our safety over the weekend, Farouk. We had somebody that was standing right on top of it who said he's never heard somebody scream like that. John, I would say that if your kneecap gets dislocated and they go down there and pop it back into place, I would imagine that's pretty damn painful. I mean, I'm not squeamish. Yes, I am. I can't imagine what something like that would feel like. That's got to be just, first of all, popping it out, and then secondly, them getting right on top of you and popping it back in. And they said he was screaming bloody like screaming.
Well, it's best to scream when you're in pain. You don't want to hold that in. I
agree with that.
Yeah, that helped. When I was going through my knee replacement therapy, I wasn't making good progress, and I started screaming whenever he pushed that knee as far back as he could.
Now we're having a poster-on-poster heat, Matt, in the chat. We've got, let's see. Thamel is saying they're waiting on the MRI, but hope it's a bone bruise. Now, which one is it, guys? Is it a bone bruise, or are we waiting on the MRI? If you guys are going to report stuff, well, I mean, we got to get this right here.
No, this is today's journalism. It happens. It's ongoing. This story, it's developing. Story is developing.
How about we don't know?
That doesn't get any clicks.
Matt, people were asking me Friday on the air, is he done for the year? I'm like, how do I know? They tuned the show in, and you're going to tell us he's done. How in the hell would I know if a guy's done for the year when he just left the practice field an hour ago?
But it would have been a miracle if he came back at any point this year. When you have the kind of injury he did like that. Who was it David Holbert, the fullback, who had a similar type deal where his knee just got bent the wrong way in practice? Like, there's been a few of those.
Yes.
But luckily, I think it was like no ligament damage, so it's not. He should be able to come back from it next year.
The crazy ones are when you're watching on television and you say to yourself, that guy's gone, and they're back the next series. The knee and the leg is a funny thing, because sometimes they'll bend and it'll look gruesome almost, and the guy's able to come back. Sometimes the guy's jogging like Chuck Webb was, and he blows his knee out.
I can usually tell a torn ACL.
Did you spot it with Chuck Webb back in the day? Because that looked like nothing.
I don't remember. I remember us getting hurt. I don't remember if I spotted it or not, but maybe there's a tendency to think the worst in those situations. But usually when a guy goes down and grabs his knee right away, then he's being helped off. He might put a little weight on it, but a lot of times that leg is just kind of dangling there as he's helped off the field. When I tore my ACL, I walked to my car. I thought I was okay. Then I got home, stepped out of the car, fell on the ground. So they're replacing him with Melvin Ciani.
Okay.
Now, this speaks to Texas, the kind of talent it acquires.
Right.
Started all 13 games for Wake Forest last year,
So
transfer portal.
So annoying.
So that guy's a backup. They bring in a player as a backup from another Power 4 school. He didn't even start for them, and they got that kind of money to spend, and it pays off.
The great Jennifer Morris, next move, SmokyMountains.com. We're going to go to the phones. I got to get a legal in.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
All right, here's the deal, Benny Hill. We're going to go to the phones at 865-200-5402. Beaker Basilio says, I'm surprised some people on here can even spell MRI. Very good. We're going to go to the phones and get as many people in as you people have destroyed. You people have destroyed that story at Texas. No offense to you. Is he gone for the year, or are we waiting on his MRI? Now, James, you're my guy. Now, which one is it? And John Adam Snipe says, is this a Mensa meeting? I have not seen Miami's quarterback in here among any of you, so I would assume no. And also, I'm going to declare there are no Mensa members in that chat as well, because you people
I don't know about that,
you people are
Tony.
A bunch of damn geniuses.
I've heard some really good comments from your group.
Let's go to the phones. We'll get as many people in here as humanly possible. A buddy of mine called me the other day and he said, Tony, when you told your posters the other day to go to hell, it was one of your great moments when you freaked out and snapped. Matt, do you like when I break kayfabe and snap every once in a while on the air? Do you find it humorous when they get to me?
Absolutely. I wish you'd do it more often.
Pete Thamel, according to Smokey Vol 98, in breaking news right now, says that kid has a bone bruise in his left knee. John, is that akin to a torn ACL in your opinion, or with a bone bruise, is he available for the Tennessee game, John? I want you to break some news now. Will he play against the Vols now with a bone bruise?
Trevor Gooseby will play against Tennessee. He will start the game. He's overcome a bone bruise suffered in preseason.
We have no. And you could just go make a YouTube video and it would get tons of views. He's going to play. In fact, he'll be ready for the first week of the season.
How about all's good with Gooseby?
Hey, reach out to Topmeyer, and he can go ahead and make a video and get a bunch of clicks and hits. Let's go to the phones. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
I'm on.
Boy, William, welcome in.
Hey, Tom, did I hear you mention my boy, baby boy Squirrel White a while back?
Squirrel White, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, just doing my research, in 2023, he was number 64 on the freaks list, and in 24, he moved up to 59, running 23 miles per hour on a 40-inch vertical, man. And, I was debating whether that list was real or not, and I don't think it is, because Deshaun Bishop didn't make it, and you saw that picture of him looking like a daggone American gladiator, man.
Oh, Deshaun Bishop looks like a man right now. And Boy Billy says the freaks list.
There's your beaver, Brian. Deshaun Bishop.
Brian wants to know, Boy Billy, if there's ever been a football player with the nickname Beaver, or, Beavers involved in college football.
Oregon State.
Yeah, maybe some Oregon State kid or something. But I really, since Adams is back in the house, I was hoping y'all might get back and cover the back half of that freaks list for us today, Tom.
John, where did we leave off at? Boy
Billy,
my
God. I know where I left off after about the third one.
Because, Boy Billy, you said there were a couple Vols on that freaks list, right?
Oh, yeah, Matthews is on the back end of it. There's a couple guys in the mix.
Phil Cooper breaking news. He said Texas would probably beat UT without that Goolsby guy. It's breaking news there. I mean, Philly. You think, Phil? You think? Who's on the list from Tennessee? Because we left in the 30s, and I quit reading it.
Always negative.
I know Matthews is on there around or low 70s. I don't think they had too many other guys in there,
low
man.
70s. How many any other SEC guys for John?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few in there, man, all over the board. Everybody had a couple.
It looked like he went out of his way to get kind of politically correct, and he brought a lot of guys in from like lesser leagues or the Group of Five, that sort of thing.
Who did?
Did Thamel do that? No, Bruce Feldman did it. The Athletic. That was his list.
Oh, do you think this was a woke list?
I don't know if it was a woke list. It was just a
DEI list.
I don't know if it's John, stop it.
Why, Tony?
Stop.
Okay, let's go back to the list.
Anything else for us?
Mike
Mike Matthews and Aaron Carter. Yeah, we talked about Carter. Carter was way on up there. I didn't realize Carter was such a super freaking yout.
But see, you guys were saying that Squirrel wasn't that fast. He was fast.
I think he's making it up.
No, I think he ran like a really fast 100 meters time.
No, like Matt said. Squirrel
what? 23.4 miles an hour. That's smoking, Tom. 23.4.
Wait a second here. You're making that up. Matt, there's no way that kid ran as slow as he was out of the slot. Or was he injured, Matt, all the time? Which one?
He was hurt a lot.
He was hurt a lot, and obviously the track speed or the time speed didn't translate to the field as much as it should have.
They never run as fast.
It was also hard to get the top speed when you're jumping to catch every pass like he did.
10.600 meters. Speed guy.
I mean, the speed translated to the Catapult GPS tracking system, which got him at 23.4, Tom.
I like the way you said that so fast. Say that again.
Billy. If he ran 23 why did he look like a mid-level slow player, and why did he get run over by a bunch of Virginia students if he can move?
Maybe he didn't know the plays.
Including my son's fiance's first cousin who stepped on the guy in the end zone. We have the clips, man.
Who was this that did this?
My son's fiance. My son's fiance went to Virginia. They're from up there.
And her first cousin.
And we're watching that game, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's Boy Billy, her cousin," and his name happens to be Boy Billy.
I'm not believing this. That's just a lie.
Huh?
That's fabricated.
Boy Billy. Billy, have you shown your card to John?
Nah, you got show him. See if he likes it.
Brian Thomas, JZ2ED says, I ran 21 miles an hour back in 1976. Does that count?
Book it. Count it.
All right, here we go. I got to show you this. Laura just sent me the Pete Thamel story. So that is, what about Bear Bryant on our list of, did he play college football or just coach?
Did he play? Yeah, he was a really good player.
At Kentucky or A&M?
At Alabama.
Was he one of the Junction Boys?
Who?
No, he was the
A&M
he
coached the Junction Boys.
He would have played college football in like the 30s.
What?
Hey, no way, Bear Bryant cracked 17 miles an hour.
He's worried about the miles an hour.
I tell you what, if Bear Bryant had torn his ACL, he would have just kept playing. He was that tough.
Yeah.
Go! All right, here's a photo of Boy Billy from Harriman.
Or the other one just to balance it out.
John, does he look like his voice? Look at that card.
At first he didn't, but then when I looked at it harder, I saw, look, he sounds just exactly like he looks.
The card is number 10. It's graded. What's the grade on it, Boy Billy, when you sent it away?
Everything. Edges, center, and everything. Perfect 10.
Did you get clocked on that GPS? Is
it autographed?
I've been clocked, but I've never done it the way they do it. These guys, they get their top end speed. I did some training back in my day, and I was able to hold over 20 miles an hour for 6 seconds, which is pretty decent.
Did Donnie Dodgen, did he find you a good player, Boy Billy?
He tells some stories about me, man. I was serviceable, good point guard. Started my senior year, co-captain, and I got the job done. I didn't score a ton, but I was real good handling the ball, passing, getting assists, team player, that kind of thing.
Did anybody call you the glue?
PSA serial number 65897632 for those of you that want to look it up in the registry. The grade is a 10 on this card. The player's name, Boy Billy from Harriman. The year was 2002. Farragut High School. Yep. The centering is a 10. The corners are a 10. The edge is a 10. The surface a 10. Playing for the Admirals of Farragut High School. And John, in your humble opinion, one more time, I have to cover his face when I show the photo online.
Why?
But
what?
It's okay. Dumas Away Outdoors wants to know, is your actual name Boy Billy?
Yeah.
What do your friends call you?
Depends on where they know me from, you know what I mean?
Do some of them call you Boy?
Rodney Bell is wondering how fast Andy can moonwalk. Because we know Andy right now, rapper Andy, goes 15 miles an hour on a treadmill. He turned that thing up as fast as it could go to show Bino.
Hey, rapper Andy's in that Bear Bryant zone.
In the song?
No, in
the zone.
Yeah, rapper Andy. If he had an animal nickname, what would it be?
Heupel's Razor said, Boy Billy sounds like he's from the sticks, but he's actually a rich white kid from the suburbs. Kind of like you're a poser, Boy Billy.
Hey, I wouldn't say rich, but if he knows more about my finances than I do, it's cool.
Thank you, Boy Billy. 865-200-5402. Matt, when Boy Billy comes on, does he move the conversation forward in your humble opinion?
Yeah, typically.
No, I think he does. I like his cadence. I really like his voice.
Am I on?
Pork chop is not an animal, Brownie boy. Come on. Bino said you got to put Bear Bryant on there.
Of course, he'd be the coach.
And Pete Thamel is reporting now. The Texas Star left tackle Trevor Gooseby had an MRI in his left knee, and he's been diagnosed with a bone bruise. Timetable for his return, and Thamel's such a sped, is going to come together in the near future.
What does that mean?
Thamel?
No. Just what he's going to come together in the near future.
Thamel could take himself more seriously, but it's not possible. But he could. He could take. Pete Thamel thinks that he's literally about to split an atom when you watch him on television. He's so serious. Funny when he's on that game day show, Matt, and he forces his smile. Thamel is just a really strange guy. But I know people that know him and been around him, and he's just so damn serious. My gosh. Who takes themselves more seriously, Thamel or the guy that used to be here, Easy Bake Oven? John, what would you say?
Excuse me?
David Easy Bake Oven or Thamel? Who takes themselves more seriously? That's a pretty good contest.
I haven't been around Thamel that much.
What about the Easy Baker? Does he take himself seriously?
Yeah, but he works hard.
He goes hard at it.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Uh-huh.
Music City Sam says the following. AI says a bone bruise is anywhere from 3 to 12 weeks recovery, or if it's really bad, 3 to 6 months. LOL.
Great reporting.
So we know nothing, Music City Sam said.
So I predict he won't play against Tennessee. Let's go ahead and break that news right now. Texas has lost its top offensive lineman for the September 26th game against Tennessee.
And Matt, if that were to happen, do you believe the game is now in play for the Volunteers in light of this development today on the air?
I think the game's in play if he does play.
Oh, John, do you find the Texas game in play?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't trust Eli Manning. And I think, well, let's get to it. My number one overrated coach in the league is the guy at Texas. The guy has tremendous, incredible talent. And John said it earlier. How in the world did they lose to Florida last year? And don't tell me they didn't have a good offensive line. Don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. When the previous spring, they're one of the reasons why they got rid of the spring signing period, because they went and bought a defensive lineman
from Syracuse.
Because they didn't like their defensive line coming out of spring. Not their offensive line, their defensive line coming out of spring. John has a good memory. Thank you very little. He is, I find him overrated. Panel, do we agree or disagree on that? You, Brian Hartman, first.
Yeah, I sort of agree, yes.
Guy is great.
Where's
talent.
the biggest splat? What's his big accomplishment?
Hello, Matt Dixon.
He's gone to the playoffs. He went to the playoffs and played in the semifinals back-to-back years.
He ought to live in the semifinals. He has Ohio State's roster every year. And look at the NFL drafts. He has Ohio State's roster. He ought to live in the finals, not the semifinals. He's spending $50 million.
He might be. He's a little overrated, but if you get your team in the playoffs, I mean, you can talk this thing. Do you think Ryan Day is overrated?
Tony's lower lip says Sark has been to the final. And by the way, I resemble that remark. Tony's lower lip says he's been to the Final Four of the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. Yeah, it's good. They're also the biggest spender in the sport every year. I mean, good. And they can literally like John said, they literally went to Wake Forest and bought their top offensive lineman. And the Gooseby guy, John, was on whose roster? Where'd they get him? Anybody know? They bought him off somebody's roster.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
he's a transfer.
I thought he was they developed like he's like a 5-star guy that they signed.
And by the way, out of high school, that's correct. Out of high school, they signed the best and the brightest, as we know. So what are we doing?
Seriously, okay? Seriously, can we be serious for a minute?
Yeah.
I have pronounced him out for the Tennessee game with this injury. Even a mild to moderate bone bruise of the knee is 1 to 3 months. He's not playing against Tennessee. You can forget about that. Melvin Ciani, the Wake Forest transfer, will be at that position.
Sark's record at Texas is 48-20, and my most underrated coach in the SEC's record is 45-20. And Matt, who do I speak of?
That'd be Heupel. I think him and Sark are very similar coaches. Stark had a little bit more success, but also inherited a much better situation at a program with better resources.
Thank you.
I don't get why Stark continues to get propped up and has had the jobs he's had. He's a little bit overrated. He had a good. I mean, granted, they had that path open up in the playoffs for that. I think it was Arizona State and Clemson. They got to be and nearly blew the Arizona State game.
Thank you.
But him and Heupel, I think are very similar coaches, and they're not looked at in the same regard. If you in any kind of rankings, Stark's probably a top 10 coach in the country, and Heupel's probably maybe top 20, top 25 ish. And according to most, and I think they're a lot similar with they call their own plays. I just think there are a lot of similarities between the two, which makes Heupel a little underrated too.
Okay, Lane Kiffin.
I think he's a little overrated too.
100% overrated.
Yeah, but what he did at Ole Miss was historical.
John?
I don't think he's underrated.
John,
overrated.
When he was 30 years old, for some reason, the owner of the Raiders
Al Davis
first offered the job to our most overrated coach on the list. Then when he turned it down, the story goes he went down the hall and offered the job to Lane Kiffin. Now that's the story. For some reason, both those guys who were living in the shadow of Pete Carroll, and then Sark went on, got the Washington job. What was the other job he had? Did he have the USC job? What was the other job?
Yeah, but he had personal problems going on at that time.
Okay. I mean,
well, he was drinking a lot.
How does he keep getting jobs?
Showed up drunk.
How does he keep most people, if they drink themselves out of the deal, drink themselves out of the deal.
He cleaned himself up.
I'm with Matt. The guy's overrated. And Kiffin, if Lane Kiffin didn't behave the way he behaved and didn't talk like he talked, we would look at him as an overrated coach. And we would be saying that LSU is taking a risk, which they are with him.
Tony, he's won wherever he's been. He took an Ole Miss program that was never better than mediocre for like 50-something years. And he turned it into a really strong SEC program. I don't see how you can say he's overrated.
Ghost of Dr. Z said, imagine if Lane Kiffin lost a game to Kentucky to get knocked out of the playoffs. I mean,
it wasn't at Kentucky. It was in Oxford.
Yeah, it was in Oxford. Yes.
He's the thing about him. I give him a lot of credit because he hustles. I give him a lot of credit because he's a great coach for this era from the standpoint of he's not afraid to ask for the money, and he got the money flowing at Mississippi. I give him the utmost credit for that, but I'm just talking about the coaching, the decision-making, the UCLA game when he was here that he blew. Lane, we didn't forget about that. Lane, I'm like an elephant, bro. We don't forget about that around here. See, we take it seriously here. Matt, do you forget about the UCLA game that year, Matt, and his coaching?
No, that was the game Tennessee should have won.
Thank you.
I mean, Kiffin's a great coach. I don't know if he's like a top 5 coach in the sport, and that feels like that's kind of where people view him and Sark.
John, a question for you. If you take the time and make the time for the media like he does, and you cultivate the relationships with the media, are you going to get more publicity and more hype versus a hyper who kind of keeps to himself?
Who doesn't say anything.
Doesn't say anything in press conferences. Doesn't even try. I was watching Hyper with the students here tonight, and the thought occurs to me: why doesn't that guy let himself be seen every once in a while by us?
He doesn't think that's important.
He could give 2 damns about it. Yeah.
So, but here's the thing: when Matt just said Kiffin's a great coach, so I don't see how you can say. Is he one of the top 5 coaches in the country? I don't know about that, but I know what he did at Tennessee. I mean, he took over a bad program at Tennessee. Philip Fulmer had just been fired, that 08 team, and he comes in there and did a really nice job with Jonathan Crompton and made him that guy was a bad quarterback, and he turned him into an NFL draft pick, and he had a winning record. Gave Montario Hardesty. He'd never done anything. Rushed for over 1,000 yards under Kiffin. He played Alabama, a national championship Alabama team. Played it down to the last second.
I can't get the Ole Miss game that year out of my mind either, where they let Deuce McAllister just went for
the Deuce is loose.
Say.
Yeah, I wrote a critical column of that. And how
ironically, Ole Miss.
Monty Kiffin and I had a long conversation. He was
not happy.
He was not happy with that column.
Monty Kiffin, by the way, RIP, is one of the most overrated coaches for what he did in college football as well. That stuff was great in the pros and your Tampa 2 and all that. And by the way, a lot of people are using it now to stop these modern offenses, so more power to you. But he was awful here. Awful.
What?
And Monty Kiffin was awful here.
Awful.
And then he stayed to check collect.
Good gosh.
when he stayed to check collect, and then he went to USC, and they were a disgrace. His defense was a disgrace there. I'm not allowed to say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can. But in Tennessee, he held Alabama to 12 points.
That was a pretty good game plan.
How many did Florida score?
They looked like they were great against Georgia, and then you had the Bama game in South Carolina, but yet they also just laid some stinkers. It was either really good or really bad.
They had a bad game against Ole Miss.
And it turned out it was...
And UCLA. Speaking of crazy nicknames, what was the guy's name from Alabama that used his rear end to block the kick?
Mount Cody.
Mount Cody.
I thought he was named after an animal, but he was a mountain.
No, he abused dogs.
That's what it was.
What?
He's
Cody,
certainly not on that team.
Who hated dogs.
I didn't know that.
That's a disgrace.
That's horrible.
But let's look that up on AI when we come back after this. Tona B, inviting you to experience the Collins Insurance difference. And what's that? How about multiple top carriers that you can trust? Like Erie. They underwrite our entire Rainier studio and everything around it. Travelers, Hartford, Hanover, Progressive. We do what's right because we care. In today's technology-driven world, maintaining the human touch, Bruce Springsteen, is one of our main focuses. We deliver the best customer service humanly possible. We give you someone that you can actually call or sit in front of. Imagine that. No call centers here. Experience the Collins Insurance difference. Check them out at collinsinsuranceTN.com, and they're Mrs. B approved. Collins Insurance. TB with a few serious questions. You feeling tired? Foggy, you gaining weight, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore? Hormone therapy is finally becoming mainstream, but it's truly something my man, Dr. Tom Rogers, has been doing for over 20 years. Dr. Rogers at Performance Medicine wants you to feel your best, and he treats both males and females. So guys, we can do this as a family. At Performance Medicine, hormone therapy is personalized to you. If you're dealing with hot flashes or mood swings or low energy, decreased libido, fatigue, muscle loss, stubborn weight gain, it might be time to find out what your body really needs. No shame in this game. You can do something about all the above. Performance Medicine offers customized hormone treatment plans based on comprehensive lab testing with options like pellets, creams, patches, oral medications, and injections. The goal is simple. Help you feel like yourself again. Next level. Make your life better. Take it to the higher plane. Visit performancemedicine.net. Schedule your consultation today. You'll feel your best with Performance Medicine.
Big news, Basilio family. Get ready because the 2026 Knoxville real estate market is officially shifting into high gear. All signs are pointing toward a record-breaking year, and the energy across East Tennessee is absolutely electric right now. Whether you've been dreaming of finding that next home, looking to capitalize on your current equity, or ready to dive into the investment world, the timing has never been better. Having a game plan is the key to winning in this fast-paced market, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Basilio here with the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, I can hear it in the background, brother. It's World Cup season, and you guys are in the middle of it. Talk to me.
We are excited. Our U9 through U12 trials just kicked off today for our locations in Knoxville and in Johnson City. So we're ready to offer any player top-level competition, top-level training anywhere they want to be in Northeast Tennessee. In our programs, we offer competitive play for anywhere from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds. We've got two locations. Our location in Knoxville is kind of our home base, and our location up in Johnson City in the Tri-Cities area is our FC Alliance North. Both locations are growing tremendously, and we're excited about what the future holds here at both locations.
growing the beautiful game in the season of the World Cup. Chad Stockton, how can folks get more information?
Go to our website, FC Alliance or FCAllianceNorth.org. And both locations, we're happy to serve the beginning player or the more experienced player, because what we will promise is the top-level training and top-level leagues that we can play in for all of our players.
Growing the beautiful game in Knoxville and now also in the Tri-Cities. FC Alliance. Thank you, Chad Stockton.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
The High Noon line of hard seltzers is always a winner and always next level. High Noon vodka seltzers come in 14 flavors with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added, and it's gluten-free.
Personally, I'm partial to black cherry and pineapple.
14 flavors.
That's as many bad takes as I've got in a week.
In the mood for a kick? Try High Noon vodka iced tea in 6 refreshing flavors,
including peach and lemon, green tea, and half and half.
Feeling adventurous? Check out High Noon tequila seltzer in 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite, blood orange. High Noon real vodka, real fruit juice. Live like the sun is always out.
Brought to you by High Noon Spirits Company. Must be 21 and over to enjoy responsibly.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Nothing makes you realize how much you rely on your air conditioner like a scorching hot day in East Tennessee. You want more than a technician. You want someone you can trust. Schedule Pipe Wrench's $79 AC tune-up now because the heat is here. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune your HVAC system to help it run efficiently and reliably while reducing the risk of breakdowns when you need it most. And while we're there, we can also recommend ways to improve your indoor air quality for cleaner, healthier air throughout your home. For more than 20 years, homeowners across Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and surrounding communities have trusted Pipe Wrench Home Services for dependable comfort. And with our same-day service guarantee, you won't be left waiting when comfort matters most. Schedule your $79 AC tune-up today at PipeWrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. Offer valid on standard systems only. Visit PipeWrench.com for details.
Basilio here with my buddy, Connexial Kristen.
Hey, Tony. Good to see you.
Hey, Chris.
Keller builds fleet technology that helps transportation and logistics companies win big. Live GPS, easy ELD and compliance tools, AI dash cameras, and asset tracking, all backed by the .1 U.S. customer support team. Want a better playbook for your operations? Visit connectseal.com/Tony. That's KONEXIAL.com/Tony. ConnectSeal, built for drivers, trusted by fleets, and proud Vol fans.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402. Rodney Kraft, 2 days in a row, 24-hour suspension. The next time this occurs, it gets kicked up to the commissioner, and then we see what happens from there. It didn't go well for Dr. Z at one time. He got banned for life. So now is posting as the ghost of Dr. Z, and it's just not the same for him. Before we go back to the phones, where callers come first, Matt, your second underrated coach in the league on your list is?
The shine's worn off because of the last couple of years, but I still think Kalen DeBoer's, one of the top coaches in the country, and he probably doesn't get the credit he deserves right now because he took over for Saban, and Bam is kind of behind in the NIL, roster budget race. I think Kalen DeBoer is an elite coach.
Yeah, I agree with that, Matt. I thought Kalen DeBoer. I go back to last year's Alabama team. I didn't think that was a playoff team, talent-wise. And it not only made the playoff, it went to Oklahoma and won a game against another team that wasn't really a playoff team, but it was playing there in Norman. When I look at Kalen DeBoer, another guy that's won wherever he's been, Blake Topmeyer and I were talking about this on our SEC podcast, how people judge Alabama. When they look at Alabama, they think about Alabama as it was in the Nick Saban dynasty when it was the program in college football. So now there's a tendency to put down Alabama. Blake believes that it's because of that, Alabama's maybe underrated now because people have adjusted. You look at Alabama and you expect to see those Alabama teams under Nick Saban when it was winning those 6 national titles. And we don't see that. Instead, we see a pretty good team that was able to make the playoff last year and barely missed it the year before under Kalen DeBoer. He really hasn't had that kind of the Alabama talent you think of since he's been there.
They don't have an NIL like we do.
Why though?
Why did he sign that deal? That doesn't make any sense. Why did he
go to Michigan? Maybe it's too cold for him.
I mean, it's not exactly warm in Washington, but maybe he was thinking, you know what, after this experience, and he got Washington to what, the semifinal or the final?
Championship game.
They lost to Michigan in the final.
He beat your guy, Steve Sarkisian. Tony.
Matt, thoughts on that? You introduced him. Brian, Matt, I love that DeBoer answer. Brian, do you have an underrated?
I think he's a better coach than Kiffin or Sarkisian. And I don't know what rankings there are, but I would venture to guess he's probably not ahead of them in all of them. And I think he's a better coach than both of those guys.
If you're just joining so far, we've nominated Kiffin as overrated and Sark is overrated. And look, I think Texas has an underrated. Josh Heupel's on the underrated list. I nominate him. If you're looking at just what you've been given and the job you've done with it, Sarkisian, for the money they spend, ought to live in the college football final. He ought to be stacking SEC championships, in fact, and he hasn't done it. Back to the phones we go.
Kiffin?
Sarkisian, I'm talking about. Kiffin is a guy who makes friends with the press and who tweets a lot. John, come on. That's the truth.
You don't think Kiffin's one of the top 10 coaches in the country? If you were getting ready to hire
in this
a
era,
coach.
okay. In this era, he's still overrated though, because people talk about him like Matt said, like he's a top 5 coach. Because he knows how to play the game with the media. And our guy doesn't even try at that. And the other thing about Kiffin that I will say that I like about him is he's not afraid to cultivate relationships with rich people. When he was trying to get the Tennessee job the last time it was open, he was calling those people again, a few of whom I know. And he kept in touch with them. He keeps in touch with people. I give him credit for that.
You keep saying for this era. What do you want him to be the best coach in the 1950s? He's in this era.
Back to the phones. I think he's overrated. Brian, do you have one for the underrated list besides Heupel and Sark?
I think
DeBoer.
I don't know how much of this was Diego Pavia driven, but Clark Lee has seemed to elevate Vanderbilt to a position where they're without that player, and yet they're only a 3-point dog against the Vols next year.
Matt Dixon, Clark Leah, yes or no?
I think this is as high as his stock's ever going to be is right now.
John, overrated, underrated, Clark Leah?
I think he's right about where he should be. I think he gets a lot of credit for what he's done at Vanderbilt. So I wouldn't say he's overrated. I think he gets credit for that. Let's go back a couple of years, and he was on the verge of getting fired at Vanderbilt, which isn't that easy to do. However, I give him props for the way he turned things around. He said, he was on the verge. He was in desperation mode. He went out and he goes to New Mexico State, gets a quarterback, the offensive coordinator, a couple other players, totally changed his approach and went hard in the portal. And so I give him credit. So I think he's rated about where he should be.
I'm going to have it both ways on Kiffin. I think he'd be an awesome coach here. And I'll tell you why he'd be an awesome coach here, because he would rally the boosters. And he would have Tennessee spending $60 million on football. Now, hang on football. He's going to get swallowed at LSU because he wants to be loved. He would be loved here. I told you they would turn on Brian Kelly there, and you didn't believe me. They're going to turn on him in the same way. We'll be talking about him in 3 years, the same way we talked about Brian Kelly. I think he's going to last 3 years at LSU, John. I think this year, your buddy down there is right. That LSU is going to finish about 8th in the league, and it's going to be hard for Kiffin to get up from that. Higgins told me that. Higgins said they're going to finish 8th in the league this year.
Why does Ron think they're going to be 8th in the league?
He told me that. I don't know.
I need to talk to him. I think he'll be better than that. But here's the thing: if Josh Heupel went to the NFL tomorrow, and Tennessee could hire any coach it wanted,
I would take Lane Kiffin.
God, Tony, you totally contradict yourself.
No.
Yeah,
but he is overrated. Huh. But he'd be a perfect coach for here.
He's a perfect coach for LSU.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No. He's going to get run over there. He needs affirmation.
I agree that he likes affirmation, but I also believe he likes talent, and he's going to accumulate the talent there. I don't see how in this era of college football.
Yes.
You're not just diagramming plays as a head coach.
You're raising money.
You got a completely different job description now, because you're kind of a GM too in most places. So you got to keep that roster managed. And you look at what Lane Kiffin did.
You got to get in the shot, John, on television. Get in the shot. There you go.
God, I can't even move around here. You want to put me in a cage?
But you're right. No.
Matt and Brian aren't in a cage. Why do I have to be in a cage?
Matt, am I trying to have it both ways on Kiffin?
Jeez.
Or is what I'm saying making sense? I think he's in the wrong spot, and I think he's overrated. But he would be a dynamite coach here, because our fan base loves the Tony Vitello, us against the world stuff that he does. We ate it up the first time. We would eat it up the second time. We would, and in this era, he would go crazy. I think here,
I think he was the first. I think he was the perfect coach, but at the wrong time. And I thought he was the perfect coach at Ole Miss at the right time.
Exactly, Brian. And he's going to get swallowed at LSU. I mean, that makes him overrated.
God, that's twisted logic.
Matt,
he's the first guy you would hire.
Matt, do you smell LLLL what I'm cooking or no?
No, I agree with your criticisms of Kiffin, but I don't know how you think he's going to fail at LSU.
To the phone.
We'll see. I mean, maybe he does. I was wrong.
Okay,
Brian Kelly down there, but I mean, if you get the players, it's hard. At some point, it's gonna work out for you, I would think.
Let's take a coaching job anywhere in America that opens. You got plenty of money to spend. Hire a new coach. You got plenty of NIL money to spend.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you want to have as your coach? You can hire anybody you want.
Oh, the guy in Georgia. That's easy.
Okay.
He's gold standard.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Cignetti.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with both of those. Who else?
Back to the phones we go. That's the problem.
Dan Lanning.
That's a good one.
What has Dan Lanning done?
That's a good one. You could say he's overrated.
Yes, I would say he's overrated.
Back to the phones we go.
What about Ryan Day?
Hello and welcome in. You're on the air. Hi.
Hey, Tony, Zach, and Mascot.
Hey, Zachy and Mascot. Good to hear your voice, Zach Attack.
Yeah, man. Good to be heard. I think I kind of think that Kiffin, Heupel, and Sarkisian are all different versions of the same guy. They're all kind of running a version of Art Briles' system, which has shown, obviously, you can put up a bunch of points, but can you win championships with it, right? Like, I would even say Heupel, I think that we say he's underrated just because he came after such a bad stretch of UT football, but I would argue he's probably a little overrated just because of how bad we look in our road games. There seems to be that letdown game every year. Now, he'll pound the bad teams, right? But when it comes up against the big boys, a couple years ago, we made the playoff, right? But the 3 teams we played with a pulse, we got smoked, right? Georgia, Ohio State, I guess Arkansas didn't really have a post, but that goes back to that bad road game that he has every year. So, I mean, I would argue Heupel's a little overrated. We say he's underrated because of the stretch of UT football that he came after.
See, that's a good sense. You're making a good point because if you go back to last year, what's Tennessee's best win? Last year, an 8-5 team, and what was Tennessee's best win?
Oh, no, it's hard to find one, but here's the problem. Their quarterback got up and left after spring practice. It doesn't happen to anybody, and they still won 8 games. And that's the thing about Heupel that I'm going to go back to.
How many games do you think it would have won with Nico last year?
John, here's the issue with Heupel that we got to acknowledge. Just like the basketball coach, he is a high-floor coach. Can the same be said about any of these guys we're talking about? This guy's floor when he wakes up in the morning, I mean, look at it this year. He's got a true freshman they're going to throw out their quarterback. And what's Vegas's win total for the Vols?
7.5.
That's amazing. Against that schedule. That's because this guy knows how to win football games. Now,
I would take the over on that.
Do I call him elite? No, I'm not going to call him elite. I'm going to call him underrated for that reason, though.
Do you think he's a top 10 coach?
I don't know. I haven't put it on paper. I don't know.
Well, maybe you should do that.
No, he's not.
He's a top 15 coach.
Yeah, top 15 to 20.
Yeah.
But, like the caller said, Sarkisian, Kiffin are ahead of him, but the gap's not as much as I think the perception is.
I agree.
Just like Lincoln Riley was supposed to be the great coach and all this stuff. Heupel's been better at Tennessee than Riley's been at USC, I think.
Yes. I think
I think Lincoln Riley, he's kind of viewed as one of these elite kind of coaches, and at least until now at USC, he's not done that. He's kind of underachieved there.
He's kind of a joke.
Here's the thing with I think USC big. I think he'll make the playoff this year. With Heupel, I think Heupel's best teams here are yet to come. I really do.
I love that. I love hearing that.
Well, no, if you look at his roster, what the roster could look like next year, I know it's hard to project because of the portal.
It's going to be great next year.
I think the schedule will be a little more manageable. So, yeah, I think 27 could be his year. I really do think that. So, that's why I think Heupel, he's got a really strong body of work. He came in and flipped the program. Yeah, Jeremy Pruitt left him with some good players, but those players weren't doing that well under Jeremy Pruitt. They were kind of getting lost. I thought he put in a new system, a difficult system. To transition to, changed it up. Didn't have his players, and he wins right away. And then the next year, he's in the running for the college football playoff when it's 4 teams.
Overrated, underrated. I think that when you speak about Heupel, and John, you evoked 2027. I believe that this is 2021. This season we're about to go through to 2022. This season sets the table for next season. You get your quarterback ready. You might take your lumps. You might throw up an 8-4, 7-5, something like that. Not anything worse, because this guy's a high floor coach. Not going to embarrass you. And then next season, you hit the ground with an opportunity to contend and win something next season. So that's my take. But to my caller and beautiful mascot, Zach, is there anybody else you'd care to add to the list, underrated or overrated, or would you like to nominate Heupel for the overrated list and let it stand there?
I mean, with Heupel, I don't know. He's probably closer to right where I wouldn't say he's underrated or overrated. I guess I would just like to see, we kind of talk about relating it to basketball to Rick Barnes, right? Like, obviously he's been making some Elite Eight runs, but it's like, who has he actually upset, right? Like, this Heupel having, like, he beats the people he's supposed to beat.
Well, he upset Alabama in 2022.
Yeah. I'll give you that one. Yeah.
They ran through some teams in 2022 now. They went to LSU and absolutely put a whipping on the guy that wants to retire number 5 at a school that just got around to retiring Burt Jones's number 50 years later. Good luck with that, kid. Him and his crazy mother. Jaden Daniels' mom's nuts, John. Yes or no? She's nuts.
Jaden Daniels,
that's embarrassing.
If Jaden Daniels were out of work, if he's trying to make a living, didn't make it. This guy's a star in the NFL.
He's worried.
He's a multi-millionaire, and then he's worried about his number at LSU.
He has got to, and Zach, thank you. He has a great call, and I hope we hear from you, man. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. 865-200-5400. You talk about a simpleton.
Look, if you're going to do that,
Jaden Daniels is a simpleton.
You need to do more than win the Heisman. You need to win a national title.
Hello.
Okay, here's the thing.
Is Joe Burrow carrying on like that? He did that. Is he carrying on like? No, of course not. This is the era we're in. These idiots. He transferred in for 2 years. He's not even from there. He's not like. What do you want?
And you know what? Don't get me wrong. That guy had an incredible run there at LSU.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have that. He was that offense. He was the offense. Great.
Did you see where Kiffin had them all wear number 5 practice jerseys? The old team.
Nice.
I think after that.
To put it in his face. Kevin, I give Kevin credit. He said to the press, what do you want me to do? They promised him. We promised this guy 5 in recruiting, the last regime. I'm going to honor that. I mean, what does this guy want from me?
And see, all this guy can do is hurt his legacy at LSU, and maybe he doesn't care about that, but he could be one of their all-time great players, but people won't look at him that way because he can't help them win games now. I think this jersey thing, the number thing, we're going to get more and more stories out of that.
Yes.
Because there's going to be people that are going to say, you're trying to sign a guy out of the portal, hey, maybe even out of high school. Man, my number is number 7. That's my number. Well, we got a guy on our team. It's number 7. He's our.
That already goes on. They already do that.
Well, it's going to become more common, and it's going to be. You know what players could do? maybe they could sell their number.
Justin Anderson says, Kim Caldwell, is she overrated or underrated? We'll get the answer on that. I want my calls to hang there because we are going to have a absolutely bona fide next level. High noon, overdrive, overtime. The high noon hotline is ringing off the hook right now. Overrated, underrated so far. And these are just nominations. We haven't come out with the list yet, but overrated, Kiffin Sark. Underrated, Heupel, DeBoer, and Clark Leah.
We never commented on Clark Lee. We just threw that out there, and you just took it at face value.
You blasted him. As we continue with
I
more.
didn't blast him.
As we continue with more after this. You got to dream about buying some land.
Am I
and
moving
building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. He doesn't always drink beer, but when he does, he definitely prefers Dos Equis. That's right. The most interesting man in the world has returned, and he's more interesting than ever before. His phone is addicted to him. All of his teeth, all are wisdom teeth. So raise a Dos Equis to the man, the myth, the legend. And remember, stay thirsty, my friends. Dos Equis, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Chilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company. Like our 2026 football Vols, score a T3 TD every time with T3 Vodka, Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. Right here, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Quality around here isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. And T3's filtered 10 times, 80 proof of vodka, delivering a smoothness unmatched. This dedication to excellence has earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades, like a 5-time gold medal award-winning vodka and your SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner as well. Whether you're sipping it neat, on the rocks, mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Be like Maury Hanks. Score a T3 TD. Ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, and score a T3 TD all 2026 long. Tennessee's Premium Vodka, T3, Tennessee's Premium Vodka, distributed by Empire Distributors of Tennessee. Donovan McNabb, clock management from me, ladies and gentlemen. Playbook William Pattison on the way next.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
And the break
Big news,
continues.
Basilio family. Get ready because the 2026 Knoxville real estate market is officially shifting into high gear. All signs are pointing toward a record-breaking year, and the energy across East Tennessee is absolutely electric right now. Whether you've been dreaming of finding that next home, looking to capitalize on your current equity, or ready to dive into the investment world, the timing has never been better. Having a game plan is the key to winning in this fast-paced market, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Basilio here with the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, I can hear it in the background, brother. It's World Cup season, and you guys are in the middle of it. Talk to me.
We are excited. Our U9 through U12 trials just kicked off today for our locations in Knoxville and in Johnson City. So we're ready to offer any player top-level competition and top-level training anywhere they want to be in Northeast Tennessee. In our programs, we offer competitive play for anywhere from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds. We've got two locations. Our location in Knoxville is kind of our home base, and our location up in Johnson City in the Tri-Cities area is our FC Alliance North. Both locations are growing tremendously, and we're excited about what the future holds here at both locations.
Growing the beautiful game in the season of the World Cup. Chad Stockton, how can folks get more information?
Go to our website, FC Alliance or FCAllianceNorth.org. And both locations, we're happy to serve the beginning player or the more experienced player, because what we will promise is the top-level training and top-level leagues that we can play in for all of our players.
Growing the beautiful game in Knoxville and now also in the Tri-Cities. FC Alliance. Thank you, Chad Stockton.
Thanks, buddy.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved, and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
It's high noon somewhere, sun's up, and it's time for another High Noon Overtime. The place where we kick back, pop a top, and really get to the bottom of it. Presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added and is gluten-free. Live like the sun is always out. And now, it's time for High Noon Overtime.
John used to ask a great question. The Beamer guy, right? As we start our High Noon Overdrive Overtime presented by our friends at High Noon. It's High Noon somewhere. John, do you believe right now in your heart of hearts that Shane Beamer's overrated or underrated or about right?
I think he's about to get fired.
Yep.
So maybe I'm underrating you.
Most people see him. Most people kind of see him as a buffoon, right?
Yeah, but he's done just enough. You know what? I think a lot of these guys, they're good at some things. It's not like a total Jeremy Pruitt, total loser.
Yeah.
Shane Beamer is good at motivating I think he motivates his players pretty well. I think his players seem to like him. And I like him. I like seeing him on the sidelines with that kind of cocky look, like things are going to work out. Here come the Gamecocks, man. Watch out. We're better than you think. No, they aren't. But he gives that image. I like watching him on Game Day. And I thought that halftime interview at the A&M game was one of the greatest halftime interviews of all time.
Yeah, because he's a jackass.
He's saying, well, am I surprised? No. Look
got
what we
these
did
guys.
against these guys last year.
Yeah, we got these guys.
Yeah. He runs off the field. That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That was my high point of the 25 season.
Matt, overrated, underrated. And somebody asked about Drinkafith, Matt. Is he overrated or underrated, Matt?
He's probably about it. See, I think it's hard to be underrated as an SEC coach because you get so much publicity and there's so many eyes on you. It's hard to be underrated. I think I think Drinkafith's about him and Beamer kind of, I don't know. Like, I don't know how serious you take them as because of where they're at. Like, do you ever expect either of those teams to make the playoffs? I mean, you probably don't. Can they get there? If they have some breaks go their way, yeah. But I don't know. They're probably about where they should be.
I've clearly underrated Drinkwitz. I thought he would have been fired by now. And, he's had competitive teams. He was fortunate, like Tennessee, in his interim SEC schedule was very favorable.
Yes.
I think this rotation now that we got the permanent schedule in,
yes,
it's going to expose some coaches.
Yes.
Might expose Drinkafith, you call him?
Yeah.
Aren't you always suspicious of a guy?
Hey, it might get hypel, truthfully. I mean, you're getting ready to get stepped up here. Both these seasons here, these next 2 years coming up are I mean, anybody would admit that. Those are step-up years.
Well, but think about it. This will be his sixth season. So we know he's lasted 6 seasons.
He's a high-floor coach, man.
It's hard to last much longer than 6 seasons in the SEC.
Very little doubt that's true. How long has Beamer been there? 7?
He's been there as long as Heupel has, I think.
One more season, right? I think one more year. The Drinkafith guy is just such an idiot. That thing he did with Heupel when they brought the camera crew out there and he knew they were listening. I stand on business, guy. And he looks like he's going to eat an apple through his picket fence.
No, but he's
and he's annoying AF, man.
He's
punch in the face.
He's kind of witty though. If you listen to him at the SEC media days and he's on there with Feinbaum, he comes out with some pretty good lines.
He looks like the guy here is always favored to me, the guy they used to call the Breck girl out of North Carolina that got caught cheating with Riel Hunter. Riel something. John Edwards. He's always struck me as a kind of a poor man's John Edwards.
Well, real poor. John Edwards, that guy really, he was good looking. I mean, I think
Eli Drinkowitz is a good looking guy.
Do you really?
I think I'm good looking. Hello and welcome.
Yeah, I think it's the guy Ziegler. The guy Ziegler doesn't think so.
Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony, you are a good-looking feller.
Thank you.
And,
I appreciate your vote of confidence for the Honky Tonk Man. Thank you.
It's OT Car. Buddy, Steve Sarkisian is the Mike McCarthy of college football. As a Packer fan, I sat there and watched Mike McCarthy just waste the best quarterback in in NFL football, and like they won one championship out of it, and then he goes down to Dallas and gets, tries to do that. And now I can't remember where he is now, but the guy's just insanely overrated. And
he's at the Steelers.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right.
Well, see,
think about you had the Packers, Cowboys, and Steelers coaching jobs.
And that's him. That's the same thing with Sark, who had USC, Washington, and now Texas. 3 great jobs.
Yeah,
sport.
But I think about it.
Done nothing with them.
Green Bay, Dallas, good guy. And the Steelers, those are just.
I mean, as a kid growing up, how many kids grow up in America wanting to have one of those jobs?
or grow up wanting to be a fan of one of those teams. Those are, oddly enough, Green Bay, way up there in Canada almost, Pittsburgh, a smaller market, in Dallas, Southwest, those are all America teams. Dallas has been called America's team, but anywhere you go, anywhere the Steelers go, the year I covered them, that was years ago, it was impressive how many fans they had in a visiting stadium. And it's like that with Green Bay. It's just when you win that much, you get a national fan base.
McCarthy did win one Super Bowl, though.
So, yeah, that sets him apart.
Right.
Steve Sarkisian.
That may be it.
Yeah, I would give him, gosh.
I'll give you that, but he did nothing after that. He won that pretty early.
You're right.
And just absolutely kind of just meh after that. Let me give you guys an underrated one that I think we're all, and even I didn't think about until I was looking over the coaches. This guy, and before I'm going to give you his resume, but before I tell you who it is, this guy took over a program widely considered the hardest place to win in the toughest conference in the country. He won back-to-back 9-win seasons and a top 25 finish at that school. The same school has not had a single winning season since he left. At his next stop, he achieved 5 different 10-win seasons and had his team in the top 10 just about every year there. Let's see. He had 5 New Year's 6 bowl games at his last stop. And and he actually got fired last year for losing, I think, 3 extremely close games. His name is James Franklin. Underrated.
Yeah, we're sticking to SEC coaches.
Yeah, we were doing SEC, but
I like the concept. No, you're fine. I like the concept of James Franklin because when you win that much, what he did is he's a high floor coach that burned his fan base out. He's the equivalent of this year. Heupel has no. He's the equivalent of around here. Heupel has a pretty good season this year. Next year, Tennessee fans are thinking playoff. And you get everything, and it all falls apart on you, and you're gone by mid-season because you've lost like 6 games.
Oh.
That's what happened last year to James Franklin. James Franklin, they were in that Oregon game to win it at the end. In fact, they had a lead late.
Yes.
They lost the game. He lost his team. They lost the season. They went out to UCLA, and ironically enough, Nico, who left us, was the straw that broke the camel's back for him.
It's such a bizarre game.
Tenure.
I was really shocked that Penn State fired James Franklin.
They were sick of him because he was there too long. It's kind of like our fan base.
Well,
when you're there too long, people start seeing your warts and not what you bring to the table. It's just the way it is.
I hope you're not right. I hope you're very wrong.
I'm not
next
saying
year
it's going to happen.
God, that would really suck.
But
that would really suck, though.
But that's how boosters are. When the boosters went all in for Franklin, what did they do? They brought in the defensive coordinator we now employ. They made him the highest paid defensive coordinator in the country.
They thought they were getting ready. They hired him away from Ohio State.
To win it all.
You're going to win it all.
And it fell in on them. And it can fall college football. It can fall in on Texas this year. It can fall in on you. It's a miraculous.
I do think it's going to fall in on Texas. I don't see them winning very much. I'm just because, like you said, I think Manning's just been so propped up, so overrated, and I don't think Sarkisian. I just don't think he's a great coach. I mean, I think we've all laid that out for 2 hours.
Okay.
Love you guys. Y'all be good.
Thank you.
So, what did you guys think about Ryan Day before he won a national title? Do you think everybody said he's overrated? He won almost 90% of his games.
Matt, what do you think of Ryan Day?
I mean, he just took over such a great situation. You could argue it's the best job in the sport, but I mean, he's been pretty good there. And obviously he won a national title, but I don't think he's anything special. I think 8 or 10 coaches that could do equally the job that he's done there.
I think it's, he was a guy I thought was overrated for a while. And then when you go back and you look at how just one game or one play changes everything, he very easily could have beaten Georgia in that semifinal game. And if it had beaten Georgia, obviously it would have won the championship game. So Ryan Day could have 2 national titles. How many national titles did Urban Meyer win at Ohio State? He won 1, didn't he?
That's right.
He just won 1.
But he set the table for him.
I know he did, but Ryan Day has kept it going for a while now.
You get no argument from me, but we don't ever think of him the same way we think of Kirby. It kind of makes him underrated. And I think one of the things that plays against him is his face. I hate to put it this way, but he looks like Butch Jones with 36 course sandpaper glued to his face, and a gallon of spackled on Just for Men gel all over his face. And I'm not trying to be funny, but he's he's weird looking. He's got that ruddy complexion. If you look at his backstory, it wasn't a decade ago that he was playing quarterback for Chip Kelly at like New Hampshire or something. That's where they put together this concocted scheme. And then they crossed the diamond with the pearl and turned it on the whirl. And Chip Kelly somehow ended up as Eagles coach. And this guy found his way to Urban Meyer's staff, and he inherited that job, John. He inherited that job.
Yeah, but
and he's killing it. He's killed it there.
Yeah. Is it kind of like
he's underrated?
Yeah, I agree. So if you've got unlimited amount of money, NIL money and all that kind of stuff, and if you were again, let's use Tennessee as an example. If they lost Josh Heupel and you could hire Ryan Day from Ohio State, would you do it?
I don't know that Ryan Day plays anywhere else. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
No. I would hire him a heartbeat.
Matt, would you? I don't know that he plays anywhere else. He's in a perfect spot. They're spending $50 million.
But look at all the
I'm not sure Kirby Smart plays anywhere else.
Oh, come on, Brian.
Huh?
Does he?
I don't know.
I think he does. I think he plays anywhere. Good gosh.
He's pretty good, man.
But see, here's the thing with Ryan Day. He's pretty good, too. I don't think he's underrated. We just think it's as though he's getting penalized for winning at Ohio State. And look at all the coaches. We talk about Urban Meyer being overrated. Well, look at all the coaches that failed at Texas.
What's crazy about Ryan Day, too, is that we actually had people reaching out to us from Columbus when Tennessee was playing them in that bowl game. This is the truth now. That wanted Tennessee to win, not the bowl game, but wanted Tennessee to win that playoff game.
I know.
So they could fire his ass. Now that is a twisted, distorted group of people up there in Buckeye Land.
Who would
you imagine that, John?
I know.
Imagine wanting Matt. Can you imagine that wanting that guy fired? Who at that point I believe had won like 91% of his games or some crazy number, but he had just lost to Ohio State.
You mean to Georgia?
No. I'm talking about Ryan Day. And what happened with Michigan? They had just lost to Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted his ass fired. They wanted his ass fired. People were texting me. They were calling the show. I hope you finish us. You're going to have a good visit up here. I don't know if they were laying in wait and just doing that for effect.
No, I think there were a lot of people that,
and then if they won a national championship, they were still mad at him for losing the game to Michigan.
But
it's crazy.
You can't, just because you have all the resources and you can put together a really good team, it doesn't mean you can win a championship.
Hence the guy at Texas who's overrated. That's the point. Because they both do the same thing. One guy finds a way, but one guy finds a way not to find a way.
Okay,
that's why he's overrated.
Yeah, but if Steve Sarkisian wins a national title this year, would you say he's overrated?
No. Okay. He would deserve the praise he's getting because you want to not. But here's the other thing about natties. Natties are random sometimes.
Well, look at some of the guys. I mean, Ed Orgeron won a national championship. You want him coach? Les Miles won a national title.
Fulmer won a natty. I mean, he did. It fell in on him, but he won one.
Yeah, you don't have to. It doesn't take a great coach to win a national championship.
Larry Coker.
But here's the thing, though. But then if a guy, it's as though if you don't win a national championship, you're not a great coach.
Right.
But then if a guy that wins a national title and then he gets fired Gene Chizik won a national title.
Back to the phones we go. Again, that's probably not but now we're in the playoff era. I don't think any of those guys went in the playoff era, but let's go back to the phones.
I don't know.
Hello and well,
I mean,
Orgeron did. Orgeron did in the playoff era in the 14. 12 team.
That LSU team was a team for the ages, and that Auburn team was really good too.
Back to the phones we go. Was that Auburn team the Nick Marshall team?
No, that was the Cam Newton team.
The Cam
and
Newton
if you
team
go
was
back
losing.
and look at that roster,
that wasn't losing.
That they had some other players on that team.
Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on our high noon overdrive overtime hotline. Hi.
Blake from Chattanooga. How you doing?
Hey, Blake, welcome in. You're on with John Adams, who's presented by Jennifer Morris. Next move, SmokyMountains.com. Don't you dare buy, sell, or trade your home without her involved.
So how is DeBoer underrated?
How's he underrated? I think he's. I agree with whoever did that. I think Matt put him there. I agree with it. Here's
I do
why.
too.
He's a very good coach at the wrong spot. That's why he's underrated. It's not his problem or not his fault that Alabama has slipped. They're not getting the same material they got for Saban. And I believe it's why Saban got out of there.
Of course it is.
And my fellow Pennsylvanian, who's been down there forever, God, why am I forgetting the guy's name? He went to school right near the Yingling factory, Kevin Skarbinski. Skarbinski said that in his humble opinion, talking to people around Saban saw the writing on the wall and said, I'm getting the hell out of here before this thing slips under me because they're going to tie me to it. Do you believe that, John?
Of course.
And that's why he got out. The almighty
Nick
Saban.
He saw that he wasn't going to have the talent that he had when he won championship teams, and he saw that he wouldn't have the NIL support that he needed maybe to build a championship team. So yeah, that's why he got out. He was in good health. He's all, as much as he likes winning, you think he would have got out if he thought he could win another championship?
He was a sick, demented individual when he was there, sick and twisted. Tiffany twisted, maybe.
So Kalen DeBoer, to me, he goes in. Nick Saban did not leave him a championship roster.
No. He got out because it slipped. Yep. That's why we have him there, Blake.
I think he got left the championship brand. And I think that's why Ryan Day is successful, is because he took over a championship brand and he's done as much as he needed to keep that brand alive and to keep the expectation around that. I don't think DeBoer has done a good job of. I don't think he sets the expectation the way that Saban did, just because like on-field behavior, you'll see guys taking plays off. You'll see people on the sideline hooting and hollering. You didn't see none of that when Saban was there. And that's why I can't put DeBoer as underrated in my head, just because I just don't think DeBoer's got the dog in him like Saban did, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you go back and look at that last Alabama team. When you looked at that depth chart, that wasn't a championship depth chart. It wasn't even a playoff depth chart. It made the playoffs.
Nah.
I mean, look at the players.
I think they were good in skill positions.
They had zero business last year
else,
making the playoffs. Zero business.
Good in the skill
everywhere else
positions?
They didn't, but I think if
they didn't have a running back.
Who was their running
They
back?
didn't even have a running game last year, Blake.
Yeah, they didn't have a running game.
I'm going to vehemently
I'm talking
disagree
about
with you. They made the playoffs without a running game, and they made it because the most overrated coach in America coaches at Texas and somehow lost to Alabama, lost to Florida, which opened the door for them. A terrible Florida team, by the way. Terrible.
How do you think DJ
I guess I
Lagway
just
will
like
do
their
now?
receivers a little bit better.
What's going to become of DJ Lagway? Did Florida, our caller Florida,
Yeah.
he thought DJ Lagway would be pretty good, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did too.
Where is Lagway now? I've lost track.
I want to say Baylor, but I might be.
If he's a Baylor,
Yeah, he's a Baylor.
He's got a chance.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to stay healthy.
That's a great point, Matt. He'll get coached up there, though.
He will?
Mm-hmm. He'll get better coaching than he got at Florida. My gosh.
You're running down Billy Napier?
Interesting.
Billy Napier's got a job, doesn't he?
James Madison.
There you go. Will he bounce back, or is he just that's as far as he goes, isn't it?
Blake, are you?
He's a Sun Belt. He was a good Sun Belt coach.
Blake, are you a Little Debbie fan living where you live, or are you a Dolly Madison or Hostess fan? What's your snack cake of choice?
I grew up on the oatmeal cream pies.
There you go, brah. Hard to beat. Old
Those were at
Faithful.
my grandparents' house every time I went.
Or they're Collegedale, Tennessee. Hard to beat. They got their own
What
exit
do y'all
off the
think
interstate
about
now.
This guy, Kentucky? Y'all think he's going to be anything good? I got
Stein time?
Kentucky
I think
fans
he's be
in
very
there.
good. I think
They're all for it.
Stein's a really good hire. I don't know if they have the money to compete, though, and that'll be the issue. But I think he's a solid coach. I think that's a really good hire by Kentucky.
I think he must have the money
I think
to
it'll be
compete.
good for the offense, but I can't decide if it's going to do anything for anything else. But
I just think
I do like him for quarterback sake.
I don't think he would have taken the job unless Kentucky had the money to compete, because he could have gone other places eventually.
Maybe he wanted a payday, though. Kentucky's spending so much money on football. I will say this. The new athletic director, compared to Mitch Barnhart, he's going to get them into the 20th century. This Jay Batt guy, they're going to recruit on the edge in both sports. They're going to violate rules in both sports. I believe.
Who doesn't violate rules? What rules?
I'm just saying. Mitch Barnhart was extremely conservative. How conservative? Do they even serve beer, Matt, in Kentucky stadiums? I don't think they did.
Does that have anything to do with?
They were one of the I think they might have started last year or the year before. They were the last in the SEC to do it.
Highly conservative guy, Barnhart.
Well,
from
he
that
has
perspective.
He has memory of the beer barrel and what happened with the tragedy there.
That's a good point.
You would think at a place like that, it'd be one of the first places to allow beer in their stadium, because fans probably wanted to drink every time they watched them.
Well, and also you'd think instead of a beer barrel, you would have had a bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
You're the man. Thank you, my brother.
So.
Anything else for us today?
Thing.
Yeah.
DGG is playing against Brentwood Academy on Thursday, and I will be in attendance to check it out.
Cool. What channel's that game on?
ESPN2, I think.
Cool.
ESPN2, yeah. But yeah, me and my brother are going to go check it out.
Nice, man. Were tickets hard to get?
No, they got them online. There's this like website you can go online and buy them. I know the Baylor Macaulay game is blacked out, so I'm going to have to funnel through my connections to go to that one.
How much were tickets, or how much are tickets going for?
Like $11. Like $11.
How many Vol fans will watch that, John? With an absolute dearth in the schedule right now.
Oh man,
Thursday night, over under 50,000. What do you think?
I take the over.
Matt, what do you think?
I'll take the over too.
Will you tune it in, Matt, or no?
Probably not. I mean, if I remember, I might turn it on. Who knows?
I love me some Matt Dixon.
I've got that on my schedule book to watch.
Do you really?
I'm hoping to play golf Thursday.
Well, you can play golf and watch DGG.
Yeah, you can have your cake and eat it too, my friend.
See, I'd made a resolution a few years back never to watch highlight videos, but I broke my resolution and watched DGG.
Any good?
Yeah, what I liked about him, I mean, he's obviously got size. He can run away from DBs. You never know when you see you don't know how fast the competition is or how big, it's but what I noticed about him is he can cut, and he can cut, and he's got a good first step. and he can play. He can make yards after contact. He's got balance and can cut. I think he'll be a really good running back. I'm not saying he will be a superstar, but I bet he'll. I think Tennessee hit on this one.
The North Hates Tony said, I already have a convoy heading down, and I paid $11 on Baylor's site. North Hates Tony said they have a convoy heading down.
So this game, where is this game? Is it in Chattanooga?
It's at Baylor.
It is.
Wow.
That's a weird price. $11. It's like, is $10 not enough?
No, $11 for 11-man team.
It's kind of on brand. That's what kind of most high school game around this area is about around $11, sometimes $8 if it's smaller school. But
Do they check for pocket knives at high school games everywhere in the state? I got
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I had
in
a
the Chattanooga area.
Odd question.
Chattanooga's pretty
Well, it
good
just
at
popped into my head. I don't go to that many high school games, and we're talking about attending high school games, and I was going into a game 6 or 7 years ago and had a pocket. I didn't even think about it.
I was with my brother-in-law. We were going to he'll love the story. I'm telling it. We were going to a pro wrestling match when my son was real young, and I drug my son to this thing because he hated wrestling. He said, "Dad, wrestling's stupid." He was like 7 years old. I'm like, "Oh, come on, you'll love it." I was hoping he'd turn into a fan. And we were at the Civic Coliseum, and they announced on a bullhorn, no pocket knives allowed. And I turned to him and I said, "What kind of a moron would bring a pocket knife to an event like this?" And he goes, "Let me have the keys to the car. I need to go drop mine in the car." But anyway,
you'd be surprised if just people just carry them for everyday use.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man.
I forget about it all the time.
In the mean streets I'm running in these days, you need a switchblade, bro. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Blake. The mean streets chatty down there by Baylor.
So I started. So see that guy after I watched that highlight video.
Any good?
Oh yeah, but his kind of what I thought it was. But what I noticed is a cutting ability and his balance after he got hit. Mm-hmm. But then I started watching. So then I watched TK Keys video. Oh. I mean, so now I got, and then I watched Tariq King's video.
You're a recruit, Nick, John, and the King guy. Hey, Matt, does it surprise you that the King guy is having a good showing and had a very good showing at the scrimmage over the weekend? Does that surprise you, Matt Diskin?
No, there's been some positive buzz about him since he came. He's one of the few freshmen that didn't go through spring practice. He didn't show up over there till like the summer. So no, it's a really good get. I don't know how much he'll see the field this year, but the talk out is that it's going to be hard to keep him off. So I think he's going to be a really nice player.
And Heupel doesn't generally he's not going to use the kids.
See,
he's got to change. That's got to change.
You're exactly
he has
right.
Got to change. That's got to change.
The main things Josh Heupel has to change are connected to the transfer portal, because if you have backup receivers who can play, and you don't play them enough, then they're gone. Think about it. Staley will be back next year. Matthews can be back next year. Mm-hmm. So you got your starters.
Yep.
Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, Darius Jackson gets us. He's a more experienced guy if he starts.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to lose TK Keys and Tariq King.
No.
So you better be playing them. I don't get that you got to keep the same guys out there all the time. Now that Tennessee is slowing down its offense, why
rotate players? Why wouldn't you rotate your receivers?
Yeah.
The days of I can't run that. There's no more excuse not to rotate receivers now. Yeah, I'm going to let the defense sub. Okay, who cares? In this era, how much subbing is going to go on when you get to the middle of the season? Everybody's beat up anyway. These teams run out of players pretty quickly. That's the other thing. In terms of, I want you substituting to some degree. Get some lesser players on the field. Of course, everything's situational, but I don't want to get in the weeds. But you have a good point. Who are some of the bozos that have won natties, guys? Coker's one of them. Coach O's another one. Gene Chizik. Who else is on that list?
I wouldn't
Just
call
random
Chiswick a
guys.
bozo.
Just random guys though that have won.
Les Miles.
Les Miles is a good
Les Miles, yeah.
because none of that happens. Those two guys don't win.
Ed Orgeron, but Ed Orgeron has one of the greatest teams in college football history. If you go back, the talent that he assembled there.
But they set the table. You knew he was going to get fired a short while after that, though. Right? I mean, we all knew that.
Well, he had, I tell you what he had. He had really good coordinators.
He's an imbecile. Hello and welcome in. You're on our Tuesday edition. The great John Adams in the house.
Coaching the defensive line down there at LSU.
Oh, here's another great one. Jimbo Fisher, when he took the job, and every couple of weeks down there at A&M, should have worn a mask and a gun. He robbed so badly from those people, like the old Stagecoach days. Give me my check.
You know what?
Give me my check. What a joke. He won a national championship.
But he won a lot at Florida State. He didn't just win a championship.
Won a national championship.
And he went to A&M. I thought A&M's winning a national title with this guy. And he goes there. The term mailing it in, when I hear that term, I think of Jimbo Fisher. I think he just kind of lost interest.
Back to the phones we go. I like he had that best team money could buy. Saban called him out. That's exactly. Saban knew what was coming. That's why he got out. I forget all about that. Saban said, screw this. He called him out. It bothered him so badly what he had done. And then I think they ended up retaining like 2 players off that. None of those guys could play. The A&M super team. Hello and welcome in. You're on our high noon overdrive overtime.
Is that me?
Yeah, please go right ahead.
Hey, bud. How are you doing?
Good to talk to you.
So, my name is Greg. I'm in Hayesville, North Carolina.
Nice.
A huge ball fan. I should never called into a show. But
thank you, Greg. Great to have you.
Thanks, sir. You've been talking about the overrated. I think Josh Heupel has I think he's still learning on the job. To be honest, I think he's getting better every year. So,
well, he didn't get better last year.
No,
John,
but
they had a first-year quarterback.
I mean, he's going to the portal, so
they had a first-year quarterback and won a bunch of games, man. Or a throwing quarter. I don't know about that, John. That's a pretty good coaching job last year.
I think it was a great coaching job last year.
Had a really, really about as easy a schedule as you can have in the SEC.
John, they had a quarterback they got literally off the scrap heap.
No, he wasn't off the scrap heap.
Of course he was.
He's a veteran quarterback.
He was the last man standing. I mean, that was if that in the scrap heap, what is that?
This guy was trying to come back this year.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm glad he didn't. I'm gonna say it out loud. People aren't gonna like this. Tennessee has a higher ceiling with this team, with the Brandon kid a quarterback than with Joey Aguilar. Sorry, it's a truth.
I hope so. But I mean, the
better
guy had
athlete.
A tumor in his arm.
Better athlete.
Yeah,
he had a tumor in his arm.
Oh, he did have a tumor in his arm. You're right.
Thank you. Good point.
Great point.
So I'm not sure.
He led the
I don't
SEC.
know what the guy would do. I mean. Go ahead, sir.
Well, he led the SEC in passing yards per game. This guy wasn't a stiff.
But this guy, we're going to have a quarterback this year, hopefully can run around and make plays.
But he's still a true freshman.
No doubt about it.
And that's the problem. He is a true freshman. If Joey Aguilar was there this year, he would add 2 wins to the schedule.
Tony doesn't believe that. Sell Tony on that. Tell him why they'd win 2 more games.
All right. Why would he win 2 more games? Well, he has experience for one. The guy has he cut a tumor out of his arm. That's number 2.
Yes.
So I don't know. You pull a true freshman out there. It's not a recipe for success. It's just not. They have a learning curve they got to go through.
There you go. Bryce Underwood, Michigan.
I would have gone to the portal and gotten a proven quarterback, though. Aguilar.
No, I agree.
Aguilar's turnover guy.
I agree with that.
He's a turnover guy. Aguilar's a turnover guy. I go back to the
So
Oklahoma loss.
you think if he was healthy, he would be a turnover guy?
He was awful 2 years ago at App State.
Then why did he go to Jacksonville?
He didn't
was
have
a
any talent
turnover
around
machine
him,
at
man.
App State. Come on now, that's the truth. I'm not making
No, the
anything
truth
up here.
is he went to Jacksonville, and they took him. So I'm not sure why you're saying that.
He's in camp. He's not going to make the team, though.
I got one for you. Who would you rather have
in the UFL?
Tony, who would you rather have
Maybe.
who would you rather have for your starting quarterback? Joey Aguilar or Joe Milton?
I mean, I don't want to. That's a choice I don't want to make. I'm going to go.
I want Joey Aguilar.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go in the portal.
Well, I mean, the Joey Aguilar can make he can make the throws. We know that.
Yeah, but he's too turnover happy for you're not going to win games of consequence with him as your quarterback. You're just not.
If they make a field goal, they beat Georgia. It's not Joey Aguilar's fault.
But they didn't win.
No,
Well-
Joey didn't kick the field goal.
I understand, guys, but they
He
didn't
put
win.
he put 40-something points on Georgia. What do you want him to do?
He can't do it all.
Can't tackle people.
If you make me
No,
make
he
a
can't
choice,
tackle.
I would take Aguilar over Joe Milton because Joe Milton's not serious.
How about this? 2014. Nico or Joey Aguilar?
I'll take Joey all day.
Mm,
Not Nico.
Does Joey Aguilar get in the way of that run, Matt, and turn balls over? Matt Dixon, what do you say? Because he could have gotten in. He could have gotten in the way of that, Matt. If he plays the way he played at, if he plays the way that he played at App State. See?
I mean, I think because Nico's legs weren't a factor and you didn't game plan for Nico to be a running quarterback that year, I think you have to take Aguilar.
But could he have
Aguilar
gotten
would've
in the
been
way,
better.
though, with the turnovers?
There you
Could he
go.
have gotten in the way?
Well, you would have a little bit, but you also would have scored more.
There you go. And so what
Your
we're saying
defense
here,
was still pretty good, so I mean
don't
they
know
could
about that.
make up for that.
so here's what Tony's saying. The only Tennessee quarterback that you should take over Joey Aguilar has been Hendon Hooker.
Well,
No,
yeah,
I would take Nico over him. That's what I said.
Why would you take Nico over
Because
him?
Joey Aguilar turns the ball over, John. That's the knock on him. That's what happened last year to Tennessee.
Well, that's the
I'm
problem
sorry,
is
I didn't
he
do
had
it.
He had a tumor in his arm.
Hey
You can't
guys, did he have a tumor in his arm when he played at App State the year before and he turned the ball over so much?
He didn't have a team around him then, Tony.
Okay, guys, he's just a careless
No, of course
quarterback,
not.
and that's
App State
okay.
is a joke.
But he's a careless quarterback. I didn't do it.
Wasn't careless against Georgia. Well,
I don't know, Gav. I would take him this year. I mean, you're going to look at 2 more wins.
I think you need to have this conversation. You need to call in at the end of the season and talk to Mr. Basilio here, and you guys can revisit this conversation.
Look, no, because if this kid can fog up a mirror, either one of these quarterbacks, it sets you up for 2027. That's another reason why.
Oh, come on, Tony.
It's the truth,
So
John.
you're sabotaging the 2026 season for
We're-
this kid to learn.
We're talking about the 26th season.
Remember, guys, 2021 turned into 2022.
And it
under
still didn't
20
make the playoffs.
Well, 4 teams. They would have easily been in. Come on now.
Well, there you
Come on now.
mythical playoff. Your
Come on.
mythical 12-team playoff in 22.
Come
I
on
agree.
now.
That's a good call. Thank you.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Somebody said Aguilar's a poor man's Brett Favre. Yeah, very poor. Are you kidding me? You're going to compare those two guys? Look,
Well, but you said you
it was
take
a
him over.
great coaching job to take a guy off the scrap heap
Oh my God!
and have the season you had last year. It's why Heupel's underrated.
Was it a great coaching job
They
to take
schemed
Joe
around the
Milton?
guy. They schemed around the guy. Matt knows that. They schemed around they made the guy into a solid quarterback. This guy has very good quarterback. It doesn't matter who they throw out there. He puts stats up. Even a guy that was a high turnover, volatile turnover quarterback.
Okay, Joe Milton didn't put up those kind of stats. Nico Yamaleava didn't put up those kind of
But
stats.
they won games. That's the point.
Oh, Nico won games. Joe
High-
Milton won
high floor
games.
coach. High floor coach. He's underrated. That's why he's underrated.
Joey Aguilar never ran out of bounds on the last play of the game instead of chunking it into end zone.
I'm not here to campaign for Joe Milton, for crying out loud.
Well, Nico did it too.
Yeah, you know what? Nico's going to have a really good year this year.
I think he will too.
Yeah, that Chesney guy's a good hire. He's a guy to watch. He's a young coach to watch here.
I'll be interested to see, but I don't know if Nico has an offensive line over there at UCLA.
Let's go back to our phones. Diskin, you seem to be, and Brian, you guys are sitting this one out here. I find Aguilar a touch overrated. I'm sorry, guys. It's just who I am. I'm not in Mark from Columbus's category who thinks the guy is like a high school player. I mean, he totally demeans him. He showed a lot of toughness last year, but at the end of the day, Joey Aguilar was what he was, which is tough guy, comes to work, gives you all he got, but is going to turn the ball over. You can get him in situations where he is going to turn the ball over.
He didn't turn it over as much as Josh Hoover did at TCU, and that's the quarterback Indiana wanted.
Well, we'll see what happens.
They would have been picked higher. They'd be higher than 20th if Aguilar was the starting quarterback.
That's fine, but
they'd be pushing the top 10.
I'm thinking about what's better for the long run.
We're talking about the here and now, Tony. You're seeing into the future. Saying we're in the present. You're in 2027.
Aguilar would have been baited into a bunch of turnovers this year, guys. You guys are acting like he's some kind of great player. He's not. He's just not.
He'd have a better offensive line than he had last year.
Yeah, he would.
He'd have better receivers than he had last year.
Yes, he would.
And he's already.
I don't know about that. The kid from Tulane was pretty damn good when he locked in. He was, and he hyped. Let's say this now. A bunch of balls that were thrown up for grabs that kid from Tulane was coming down with, especially in that Georgia game. Now, let's get real here. Let's get 100% real. I'm not diminishing Aguilar, but he threw up 50-50 balls that this kid was coming down with. It was miraculous that second half. Now, come on now. Let's all be honest here. See, you guys are not being honest about that. And I am being honest about it.
No, I think.
Also, he threw a pretty good pass against Syracuse, a long pass. Several of them.
Oh, he's a good long ball thrower. Right? The problem with him was disguising things and getting him to throw into things that weren't there, which was the book on him, where he was, and it was the book on him.
You're focusing on one negative. You're fixated on that. You can't let go of it.
He was the quarterback of the highest scoring offense in the SEC. I don't understand why we're just ripping the guy.
I'm not ripping him. What did his team finish? I'm not ripping him.
Don't say we.
What did his team finish?
Tony's ripping him.
What did his team finish? I mean, at the end of the day,
he wasn't
the defense was in the hundreds. That's why they lost all those games.
The 112.
He had a injury in his arm. He had a tumor.
Back to the
that
phone.
affected some of that.
It was painful. He said that.
Back to the phones we go. And somebody said Nico would have overthrown Brazel at every chance. I mean, that's probably true.
And Joe Milton would have overthrown him more.
But here's the thing. Nico wasn't a turnover guy. He pretty much took care of the ball.
But he made nothing happen.
Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in.
Hey, Tony, Martin Vol.
Hey, Martin, welcome in.
All right, so my big statistic that's the great separator from pretty decent quarterback to that guy's going to win, Heisman, Hall of Fame, All-America, is the red zone. So between the 20s, Aguilar, elite, incredible deep ball. And he's a guy, I mean, I praise, that he was such a great guy.
Yep.
What a find to get him when that's an A+ find if you got to get a guy in July.
Well,
I mean, it's just
and they didn't find him. He was just on the scrap heap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't get a better get at that time of the year, period.
No.
They got lucky.
They got very lucky.
They did.
No doubt about it.
I mean, if Merklinger's your guy, my God. So you get him, but here's
that wouldn't have been pretty.
And I haven't seen Faison yet, and I don't know the numbers of Nico, but I know we were 73rd red zone last year. And here's why I think why. I mean, Tony, the book's out on him because the book is out on him. I mean, in tight windows, That ain't his game.
Correct.
When you get down to the red zone, the safeties are moving around. Okay, everything's tighter. And then outside of so the Georgia game hit the long balls, but in the big SEC games with the dudes, and that's what we're trying to win here. I mean, like, it's great to smash some other teams.
Yeah,
some lower. We're trying to compete for the thing here. Now, I'm not saying we're winning anything, but I'm just saying that's the goal. And when you played Oklahoma or when you played other teams, it gets tight down there.
That's the point.
And
Thank you
Nico,
for saying that.
who isn't great in the 20s, but to get him inside the 10, he's got freaky movement and his ability to move his legs. Now, he was a freshman and couldn't read the field, but he could move, he could run, and he could get into the end zone. They had to respect that run down there. Now,
he didn't run much.
The O-line wasn't excellent last year by any stretch of the imagination. I will say that. But
the center really
that's
struggled.
Where I lean with Tony on this.
Yeah, look, I'm not, and we're not ripping the guy. I'm not ripping him. Joey Aguilar was a great story. He saved the season last year. There's no question that's true.
You know what you keep saying?
But he's not. But, John, you don't bring him back for another year. It was a fun story.
Of course you bring him back.
I would have gone, okay, him or Sam Levitt.
Oh, I take Sam Levitt.
Okay, well, then that's what they tried. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, but you couldn't get Sam Levitt. But they didn't try hard enough.
That's what they tried to do.
Okay.
If that's the case, why didn't they lean into the court case and get him back? They were trying to get Levitt. That's what the staff did. I didn't do it. Hey, you guys can come at me all you want. People can rip me online. Rip me. The quarterback they have now has a higher ceiling than Joey Aguilar did.
We're not talking about
and I don't know about the floor.
Arguing that.
We're not talking about ceiling.
Anybody's arguing.
I would rather have Joey Aguilar right now with the year under his belt in this system with these receivers.
Not me.
See, here's the thing.
Because you're limited. Martin Ball's right. You're limited with Joey Aguilar.
Joey Aguilar could hit the deep ball.
And
Tennessee had quarter
in the field to play, though. He can hit the deep ball, okay.
But that's all we were hearing about Tennessee's offense before him is Nico and Milton couldn't hit the deep ball, and you had wide receivers open downfield, make those throws,
There's a reason
and you win the game.
What are you doing? You don't have to take it off. I'm going to eat. There's a reason. There's a reason the staff. Oh, I see what you did. There's a reason the staff. She took the thing off because she didn't want to be on camera. I see what she did. There's a reason the staff. She's like looking at me like, hey, man, I'm getting ready to get lectured when I get off.
You should be.
There's a reason, Martin, that the staff was going to move on from him if they could have gotten that quarterback. Yes or no, Martin?
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. And here's the thing with the last caller. I do agree that Aguilar, and this is probably too simple to look at it, but early in the season, as you're trying to get a freshman acclimated, you're right. We might lose one or two games that Joey could get. But later in the season, as the higher ceiling guy gets acclimated and he can use his legs in the red zone, maybe you get those two back. I mean, I'll say this again, like I said, I don't see this team, playing into February or whenever this thing's wrapping up. So, I mean, I'm not saying, hey, let's, it's all 2027, but I also didn't see, I hate to say it, I did not see Aguilar getting through those games that were going to push you through the 9 to the 10 win, to get you into the playoffs. Now, will Faison do that? I've never seen Faison play, so I can't say it. I'm just saying, I think that's the limitation for Joey. And I do see how playing a Brandon Faison in this year does carry that greater upside, because that's the ultimate goal is to get the title, I think. So, and I don't think that's necessarily happening this year with either of those guys. So that's my point.
My thing is, if you're going to have a payroll that's around $40 million like they do, why wouldn't you go out and get a guy in the transfer portal to quarterback this team?
Oh, I agree.
I agree. You have a legitimate, but with Joey Aguilar, you did not have a legitimate chance to win anything. You just didn't. No offense. I didn't do it. People get mad at me. He threw for a bunch of yards outside of the Georgia game where there were some answered prayers. He threw for a bunch of yards against scrub teams, which racks up those numbers, and you people love those numbers. Love the numbers all you want. Against the very good teams, like he just said, when the windows get tighter, it's a great way of putting it. They were baiting him to throw the ball into traffic, and he did.
You think the windows weren't tight against Georgia?
John?
I think they were, but our big plays were those deep
answered
shots.
prayers.
I mean, we nailed.
They were
deep shots.
answered
and Chris
prayers.
Brazzell, my God.
Yeah, he went off.
What a day.
Okay, so I mean, you just dismiss what he does well.
They were high
and
pointing
focuses
footballs
on what he didn't do well, and you can't just ignore the fact that he was playing with a growth on his arm, a tumor.
Yeah,
that affected how he threw the ball. He said it affected him.
But John, that was the knock on him where he was, and it's what he did at App State. And look, I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying I would.
I'm diminishing him, but you are making him out to be he's not a great college quarterback. He's
I didn't say he was a great college quarterback.
He's basically average is what he is. And that's okay.
I think he was
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Average season with an average quarterback. Isn't that true to my friend in Nashville? Isn't that true?
Well, I think that's. I mean, the defense was awful.
Uh-huh.
I think you gotta. That's part of the story, and the offensive line didn't always help out. So I guess my bigger point is, since if we want to talk in the present, is I've never seen Faison play, but what I heard is that he's a good runner of the football. I think we have a much better O-line and a very good running back room. And I think that that's going to create some different opportunities this year, whereas it might have been the deep ball last year. This year, it's
all right.
You can do different things inside the
You
chain.
walk us
That's
through
all.
a great question. John and Matt, who think I'm a hater, if you had a chance this year for this year's edition of Nico, now that he's developed into a guy that can use his legs and throw the ball, which is what he became last year behind a horrendous offensive line at UCLA, or Joey Aguilar, who would you choose? John?
Yeah, it's a moot question because Tennessee.
No. I'm asking the question. Hypothetically, I'm just asking you the question. This year's edition of Nico, what we know now, or Joey Aguilar that you guys are campaigning and championing for? Who are you taking?
But Tennessee wouldn't use that kind of Nico. It wouldn't let him do what he did at UCLA.
Oh, they're going to do that with this young quarterback. Sure they are. They're going to have to let that kid run around some, not to the degree Nico did. Nico was running for his life last year.
Yeah, making some fun plays.
Oh, he was fun. He turned into how he did that, I don't know, but he turned into a fun quarterback.
But see, he should have been, I'll go back and look at Nico. And when we talked about, you caller talking about red zone.
Yeah.
They should have used Nico more as a runner in the red zone.
Yep. I agree. I think in the red zone, I will say with Nico, and I'm kind of flip-flopping on this stuff, but like they had to cut the field to like a quarter because he couldn't like process. Again, I haven't seen Faison yet, so it's up. Joey could process. I mean, that guy could see the stuff, and it's just how you execute or what. Nico, you had to really put training wheels on him, and that was frustrating. But he's freaky athletic, man. I mean, shout out to the freak list.
Let's still bring that back.
Matt, who would you take? It's a great question.
Probably Nico, but I think you could argue it either way. It probably depends on the kind of team around him and what your kind of realistic goals are for this season.
If I want to make
Nico
the playoffs,
gives you a higher upside for sure.
If I want to make the playoffs, I'd take Nico. That's my point. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. But see, when I say
people think I'm a hater, I'm not a hater.
You know what?
It's the truth.
You're talking about Nico wasn't a turnover he got at Tennessee.
Yeah,
but he was at UCLA. He had some crucial turnovers.
John, that offensive line that he had around him.
There weren't a lot of Pro Bowlers in there.
At guard, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Heupel saw really quickly in that, and we got through the Oklahoma game, but I think he was like, all right, well, that was fun. It was the Arkansas game, I think it was, where Hype was like, all right, if we're getting through this thing, and I think we got a shot to 10 wins, it's training. And you said it a million times, Tony, that year. It's training wheels for Nico. They just let this Dylan Sampson guy run, and he had a ton of carries.
Maybe Janoy Krebs says it best when he said, Tony, you're a hater and your points are ass. I don't think he's on our side in this one. Hey, look.
Let's don't say our side. Your side.
Me and Martinval, we're on the same side here.
Okay.
That's okay. We all want the same thing. And if you're going to put a team on the field, try and win. That's why I didn't understand why they didn't go get a quarterback in the offseason. That's what most teams would have done.
Well, I think you should have gotten a quarterback. Yeah. I would have just kept Sam Levitt was questionable because of the injury.
Mm-hmm.
But still, LSU's throwing their money around. They didn't care. LSU said
drunken sailors.
Yeah, just put it all. I mean, why not go out and get a more proven quality?
I could get Ty Simpson
or get a Brendan.
They tried to get Ty Simpson. That's exactly right.
Why didn't you go after
in the draft? Those aren't the only two guys out there. Though.
No, there was another guy, Brendan Swordsby. What could go wrong with that pickup?
Yeah, that was a real great bumper crop out there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
We got a guy with a hurt foot.
Jazz Coleman looked like a walk in the park.
Wow.
We've got a pathological gambler and a guy with an injured foot.
Favorite thing about the offseason, though, guys, and the whole reason the NCAA needs to be just totally ripped asunder, is at one point Sorsby's suspension for what he did was going to be akin to what the NCAA first suggested
for Arian Carter.
Which, by the way, is totally legal for a college basketball player to do what Arian Carter did.
That was one of those.
Adam Sparks pointed out to us so deftly.
That's one of the dumbest
total
things.
Disgrace.
The
There's got to
NCAA.
be something up somebody's sleeve on this one. I just can't believe that just sits there and they just let this. I mean, like a week at Georgia Tech throwing out the I don't know. That just.
Do you think? Do you think if he was the linebacker in Texas, and Texas is playing Ohio State in week 2, do you think it would have suspended Arian Carter?
Hell no.
There's no way.
No way.
And I think they would have gone nuclear. Like LSU, you did that to LSU player, they'd have gone nuclear.
My whole problem with this regime here is that Heupel doesn't fight for his guys enough on the field with officials. He just doesn't. He needs to get better at that.
He fought for Arian Carter.
Oh, that was great to see that. But Danny White is nowhere to be found on fighting for a guy that they took to media day twice. And why isn't Danny White fighting for him? Because he doesn't have high-level pro. He's not going to be able to milk him for money. And that's a terrible thing for me to say, but that is the stone cold fact of that matter.
Wait a minute. I'm not following you here. He's not going to be able to milk whom for money. What are you saying?
Carter. If Carter was a high-level NFL guy and didn't have the injury problems he has, they would be really fighting for him if they thought they could milk something out of him in the future.
Well, I've always thought that with Danny too, that like it's just he's friends with high places, which can be very helpful. But I mean, you also don't want to tick off your friends all the time. So there's times where you're like, you should go nuclear, and it's like that's his buddy you're talking to, because he comes from the family of college athletics.
Do you think he has a lot of friends in high places? I wouldn't in college athletics.
In the athletic department world and like maybe NCAA play, I think that's why he's been somewhat helpful.
Here's another hypothetical.
Kind of navigating.
Let's back to the quarterbacks. Here's a hypothetical. You brought the name up earlier, John. Lagway or Aguilar?
Oh, I'd take Aguilar.
Matt, Lagway or Aguilar?
Over a full season, Aguilar, because he at least has shown he can stay healthy.
Brian Hartman, Lagway or Aguilar?
Oh, I'd take Aguilar.
My friend in Nashville.
I see where you're going with this, because DJ's got that upside. But who's going to be? The guys make a good point. If you'd asked me first, I might have said DJ. But you got to stay healthy.
I would take Aguilar too.
Well, it's not just a health issue.
It's just serious.
You talk about a turnover machine.
An unserious guy.
I know. He just throws it in that LSU game. He was just throwing it up for grabs.
He was a nightmare. He's the reminder that this is not all about physical skill playing that position. Because depending on when you watched him, he could look like a first-round NFL draft pick. He could also look like a guy that you better get off the field if you want to be serious.
At the end of the 24 season, toward the end, with that throw.
And Aguilar never did that.
He made a throw against Tennessee.
Right.
A touchdown throw that was a big-time NFL-type throw, but no.
That's why you owe Aguilar a debt of gratitude. He came here. He was serious. He learned your system. He fit in. He was a very good teammate. He conducted himself extremely. He acted like a quarterback should.
You really have you paid him back. You have showered that guy with praise.
Who's that?
Aguilar.
Oh, stop. I just don't think he's a high-level guy, but he's all right. He's a pretty good player.
All right. So who would you take at quarterback? We're playing hypotheticals. Who would you rather have at quarterback?
For
Tennessee, George McIntyre or Joey Aguilar?
Aguilar.
Tony can't make up his mind.
That's Joey in an instant.
Not for Tony. Tony's thinking
Don't
about
have to
it.
think twice about that one.
He's thinking about it. He's thought about it like 3, 4, 5 times. He's still thinking about it.
Hey, get ready for Axel Logistics patches on men's and women's basketball uniforms.
How gaudy.
What?
Will be worth more than $3 million per year over 5 years. That means, according to Pete Thamel, Tennessee will be breaking up its jersey patch sales as no other sports have a deal yet.
So $3 million for men's and women's basketball. Of that $3 million, how much value, John, should they get from this Lady Vol team that already has this Liberty shooting guard, their best guard option, already injured before the year started? And they've warped that schedule down, haven't they, the Lady Vols?
Well, yeah, but there's no hiding in the SEC.
But their non-league schedule?
Well,
Gary Green would be into that.
They'll win 20-something games and make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Is that value? Would you put, okay, hypothetical, Tony Basilio, you got a lot of money to throw around.
Yes.
Would you want the TB patch on the Lady Vols?
I would pay. I'd give you $100 for that.
Is that a game or for the whole season?
Nah, that whole season.
Oh.
I don't know if I want my name on that. I mean, because eventually the Tony Basilio patch is going to lose by 40 in the postseason when they play somebody, and I mean 40. One thing about that coach I like, her teams roll out there and they don't get beat, John. They get the shit beat out of them on national television.
Well, one thing you can say about them last year, though, when they got down, they never gave up, did they?
No. And if her team was a scandal, they'd be selling booger sugar at Penn State. I mean, when they went for it in those games, they got hammered in those games when they went for it.
Would you seriously, you would give $100? You wouldn't pay that much. There's no way.
What did you pay Claire Raines?
Claire Raines, Tennessee.
The first ever NIL athlete, first ever deal in the history of the school, by the way.
Claire Raines, soccer player, freshman soccer player. Unknown what she could do, though. Very acclaimed coming out of high school. I gave her $20, and I didn't get reimbursed for that. That was my money to get her to endorse my column.
And she did it.
Yeah.
She did it. So Axel Logistics matter. You cool with that? Would you buy a jersey that has their insignia on it, which is another thing they're counting on when they put these?
I don't buy jerseys anyway. So, I mean, it's what the sport's become now. Everybody's got patches on jerseys now.
But do you want
the Big 12's got? Is it like an energy drink?
Yes,
like on
do.
everybody.
Energy drink.
I know, but when you get a Tennessee, you want a Tennessee jersey, you're going to pay money for, or any team's jersey. You're not going to get that patch on
come
it.
with the logos on them.
Hey, John,
do they come with corporate logos?
Hey guys, Brian will tell you this: when you buy a football jersey from overseas, like an Arsenal, you buy the jersey that has all the patches on it, right, Bri? Am I lying, Bri?
Yeah, I've seen them out. They have the sponsor. They actually have you see the sponsor more than anything else than the logo of the team.
Yep.
That's the biggest part of the jersey.
And people wear them around. Qatar Airlines, and you got to look real closely to see what the jersey is that you're looking at.
Yeah, what the team is.
Roma or whatever.
So you might as well go out and get a Target sweatshirt or a Chick-fil-A shirt.
Axel Logistics.
John
long
Adams,
sleeve.
would you wear a kit?
An Axel Logistics long sleeve. John, in the soccer world, they call a uniform a kit. And I said that kit is the most, no offense, but that is the most effeminate way to refer
What does it rhyme
to
with?
a jersey that I've ever heard in my life. And I'll say this, and if you're a grown man and you want to fit in and you watch that sport and you call it a kit, you are embarrassing yourself. No offense. I'll watch that sport. I will enjoy that sport. I will bring on the women's soccer coach, Joe Kurt at UT, and celebrate the sport with him. I will talk about the World Cup on the air. I will not say the word kit, okay, unless I'm putting a model together. What's another example of a kit, John, that we could use the term kit for? A kit? We fought the Revolutionary War for a reason. I don't speak British. It's not a kit. Don't call it a kit.
The only
It's
kid
a
I care
uniform.
about was named Kit Carson, one of the great American heroes.
There you go. And the
Kit,
car.
that sounds like some Bandy Boys would go with.
Thank you. The Vandy boys wear
Kit.
kits. That's a
Hey,
very good way of putting it.
Yeah, strap
Kit
on
Carson
your
County in Colorado.
Kit.
How about this? Strap on your kit and anchor down. Vanderbilt stopped. Vanderbilt stopped using that anchor down, didn't it?
Did they really?
That I don't hear
They're
that
still
anymore.
anchoring a little bit.
Huh?
They're still anchoring a little bit. Yeah, they've heard a little bit more anchor down.
It's the worst slogan ever conceived.
Awful.
Yeah.
And anchor down, you just think of a whole program just sinking into the ocean. Anchor down?
Jinx Jones has my final thought on the Aguilar thing. He says Aguilar's 25. And people think this was going to be the year when he was going to stop turning the ball over and beat a good team. Oh, that's truth.
Tony.
That is the truth. He's 25.
Well, when he was 24, he beat Georgia.
No, he didn't.
He beat Georgia. The kicker just took it away from him.
Martinval. What was the final score in that game? Martinval, the Georgia game.
38-37 or something.
No, it was in the 40s.
We didn't win.
We didn't win.
Joey put over 40 on
That was 40. I
Kirby
tried to
Smart's
erase it.
defense. So, how about
you need to contact women's soccer with Danny and see if your column can get in there, and you've already done it before. You've got a track record with that program, and you paid her, right?
I gave her $20. Yeah.
Did you meet her to give it to her, or did you like Venmo it to her?
We did a video.
Go!
And a presentation I gave her. And Google John Adams, Claire Rains video.
She's cute too.
Very cute, and
Yep.
she's a gymnast. She did a backflip right there on the field. She did a backflip.
W. Lynn's Breath told me that a baby fox is called a kit. Did you know that? Martinval.
No, I didn't.
What do you
I probably
call
did
a
at one point in my life.
what do you call a bundle of sticks, Martinval?
I'm going to go with the kit.
Do you remember? I guess I'm really dating myself with that.
It's not a kit.
And I don't mean to sound sexist, but this just in the content of the context of the program. When they would call an attractive woman because she's a fox.
A fox.
So we should have said she's a kit.
I mean, I'm already going to get my face slapped when I walk upstairs for my exchange with my lovely bride when I asked her what she was doing in the tone I did. So I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Do we still use fox in our vernacular? Matt Diskin, do people still say that?
No.
I haven't heard it in a minute.
Was there a term Stone Cold Fox?
Stone Cold Fox. They say
I'm sure
hottie
Titans
now.
Bill still uses that vernacular.
I don't know if Titans Bill even uses that.
You know when you know the show's not going well last couple of weeks is when you're not even getting Bill to call. That's a pretty good sign.
And you were supposed to get him to sing Happy Birthday to one of your primary sponsors.
All right, well,
Jennifer Morris.
We're already in here. Let's.
She was looking forward to it. I said Titans.
He
Bill.
must have fell asleep watching the new Matlock. Maybe that's why I hadn't called.
Does Matlock have a new?
Is the new Matlock better than the old Matlock?
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Who's the star of it, Bri?
I don't know.
Is Kathy
I've heard
Bates?
of it, but I just
is
haven't.
Kathy Bates?
Oh. Can you imagine? Is Craig Bates related to her?
She lost a lot of weight, didn't she?
Damn it. Martin Vol, don't you hate when you do that? You get right to the end and you misdial the number.
Oh, yeah, dude, all the time. Get nervous.
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah. Get excited.
Matt, in your opinion, will Titans Bill pick up here or will this be a wrong number?
I'm going to, well, you just said you already dialed it wrong already, so you're going to get it right this time, and he's going to answer.
Dial an area code. Please try your call again.
Lady, I dial an area code, damn you. You Comcast BI it.
Some would call you Turnover Tony.
Oh, I will turn it over.
Yeah.
You don't want me in a big game, trust me.
He's not good in the red zone either.
No, I'm an Aguilar all the way. I'm a stat sheet stuffer. Damn it, Bill!
Do you think Bill's no?
That's not him on one. No.
Does he have a cell phone?
Oh yeah, he's sitting there probably. Never mind. All right, hang on. Here we go.
To place this call, you will first need to dial an area code. Please try your call again.
I'm going to tell you something. That's some riveting radio. Anything else for us, Martin Vol? Thank you for saving my bacon.
Oh, you got it, man.
Thank you,
good
brother.
luck. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you, brother. I already ate my lunch. John, what did I do to my lunch? What would you call it?
Did
I taste it?
No, I don't think you even knew you were eating it. You just sort of consumed it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's this going on with Titans Bill's phone? Do you want to text me his number and I'll call it?
Yeah.
Text.
I'll say it to you. Ready?
No, you don't want to say it over the air.
Yeah, I'm going to say it to you. 865 363
Mm-hmm.
Call him.
So, okay.
He has me blocked.
You know what? He'll think he won't pick up because he thinks I'm like a telemarketer or something.
How did Titans Bill come to block you?
I don't know. But we're trying him right now.
It's ringing. At least I got it.
Matt, do you have a thought? Put him on speaker. Put him on the speaker.
He's not going to pick up.
Sure he is. No, he's going to pick up. Told you.
Hello, Titans Bill.
Speaker.
It's John Adams. Can you hear me?
Hang on, Billy. That's on speaker right there. All right, hang on. Billy, how we doing?
We're doing okay. How are you, my good Christian friend?
Billy, we're sitting here finishing the show up right now. How you been, man?
Man, I'm doing okay. Outside of being covered up by psoriasis, I'm supposed to have a doctor's appointment at 3:30 today to Dr. Alan Haney over in the Summit Medical Group. You know where that is. That's behind the duck pond.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Billy, psoriasis, describe that to me. That sounds painful, man.
It is.
Is that
driving me nuts?
Is that
psoriasis? You know what that is, Sean?
Yeah, it's like you get cirrhosis of the liver. I'm kidding. That's cirrhosis.
What is psoriasis? What is
psoriasis? Is skin disease.
It's a little stuff here that's won't go away.
I bet that's really painful.
I'm trying to make it go away.
What part of your body? What part of your body? How much of your body has psoriasis on it?
I have it on the side and on my arm, and I have a foot. My right foot here is swelled up, and it looks like, when I look at it, it looks like one of the members of the Fantastic Four, the Thing. It is so, it looks, that right foot of mine looks ugly with the capital U, Tony.
Bill, I'm not here to dispense.
So wait a minute, though, Titans. You need to see a dermatologist for that.
Well,
yeah, you don't need to just go to some duck pond doc. You need to see a dermatologist.
Well, he'll probably refer me to one.
I'm going to text you the name of a dermatologist that is outstanding. Okay.
See, that's a really good thing, John, you're doing for him.
This guy's the best. I will text this to you. But Titans Bill, and I'm sorry you're in discomfort and pain and agony, but we promised our sponsor. Can you hear me? We promised our sponsor, Jennifer Morris. Her birthday is August 20th.
Birthday.
What did I say?
Continue.
Her birthday is August.
Go ahead. August 20th.
August 20th.
You got to sing to her. Jennifer Morris. Yeah. You would love her, Bill. She's a real sweetheart. She is a big fan of yours.
She's a huge fan.
Like a huge fan of yours.
Yeah.
Like she would come over right now and apply aloe to your psoriasis. What do you put on that, by the way?
Well, I've been putting on lotion, but I'm out of lotion.
So you're just like leaving it sit there and scrap. Matt, have you ever had psoriasis?
Well, I took a shot. Well, I'm not feeling any pain right now. I'm gonna wait to see what Dr. Haney thinks, Tony and John.
Well,
I wouldn't go to Green Acres, man.
I'm going to text you this number, okay? This name and number. You need to go see this doctor. Does this psoriasis does it affect your breathing?
No. No, it don't affect my breathing.
Bill, are you fired up, focused, and prepared right now to sing Happy Birthday, or should we wait till you get the psoriasis under check?
No, I'll sing Happy Birthday to her.
See, that's a pro. That's the difference in an amateur and a pro. Even when he's not at the top of his game and he's in agony, he'll sing Happy Birthday.
No. Bill, we're boys right now. You doing this is huge, man.
Here we go. I hope Jennifer's listening.
And Bill, we got people praying for you, for your psoriasis to heal, because I know that can really make it hard to sleep, Bill.
Well, of course it does.
I slept pretty good. I got up a little before 9 this morning.
Did you take anything to help you sleep?
Yeah, I took a couple of Primadone and let's see.
I bet you did sleep well. Shit.
Yeah, I took a couple of that, and so I slept awfully well.
Have you tried an oatmeal bath?
No, but I did take a shower and I used that Dove body thing.
Mr. Haney does sell salve. I've been reminded from somebody that watched the show.
I'll tell you one thing, Tony.
Who was your favorite character on Petticoat Junction, Bill?
On Petticoat Junction, well, I would probably say.
No, is that Mr. Haney? No, Mr. Haney's not from Petticoat Junction. He's from
Green Acres. Green Acres.
And that was the woman. That was that woman's sister that starred in that. What was her name? The blonde.
Let's see.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Ava Gabor.
Zsa Zsa Gabor. No, Ava Gabor.
Was it Ava Gabor that was in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad that I remembered that. Titans
right,
Bill.
Let's sing the song.
Let's get this over with.
Green Acres is the place for me
to be. Don't farm living is the right life for me. I just couldn't afford it.
Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
Yeah.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, city life.
Green Acres, we are there.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
She did not want to leave. She did not want to leave the Big Apple to go to the country.
Wait a minute. Let's get back on point here.
Bill, thank you. Great.
No,
great
say happy birthday to Jennifer, please.
Oh, I thought you wanted us to sing that.
No.
All right, Billy. Anytime you're ready. Matt, are you going to chime in here, yes or no?
I'm just listening in amazement.
All right, Bill. Somebody said that dried roast beef could really hurt your psoriasis. If you eat dry roast beef.
What was the name of the roast beef lady?
Julie Herman.
Julie Herman.
Yeah, she comments every day in there. Julie Herman's roast beef commentator.
Good Lord, Tony.
I bet Julie. All right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Here. All right.
Was Julie Herman when you knew her, Bill? Was she in the Lady Vol athletic department?
Yeah, she was. She was the head volleyball coach. She's the one that threw volleyballs at people.
She did.
I believe Heather Harrington played for her.
Tony's doing weird stuff with his eyes.
Bill, anything else? Anything else here, Billy?
No, he's supposed to sing.
Yeah, let me sing "Happy Birthday" to Jennifer.
Thank you, Bill.
The great Jennifer Morris. You bow thy head when you say thy name.
Let's see here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to beautiful Jennifer. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Dooba dooba dip doop doo. Wow, yes.
I think that was the best happy birthday I've ever heard.
And Bill, you're out of here. So that was terrific.
Golly, he really rose to the occasion.
He went all in. Matt, imagine playing in that kind of pain with the psoriasis.
And seemed to be having breathing
and the breathing.
difficulties.
I'm sure when you have something like that, it got to elevate your blood pressure a little bit. Think about something sitting on top of you like that, and you got psoriasis all over your body.
Do you think people that are listening to this show now are like itching or anything?
Oh,
I didn't know how bad that was until I heard Titans Bill. I mean, it's kind of sad that we bothered him.
Oh man,
why would he? If he's in that bad a state, though, he sees he gets my number shows up on his phone. He just picks it up. It doesn't seem like he would have answered. Why would he do that?
Please hit the like button for us. We are independent. We are authentic.
Boy, are you independent.
And we need your help to grow. So hit the like button for us over on the YouTube. Those of you who don't listen on YouTube, go over there and hit the like button anyway. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you. I hope you have a Dwight Gooden. Thank you to Jennifer Morris. Thank you to my friends at High Noon. Remember, there are 14 flavors. There's one for you. They are absolutely wonderful. Matt or Brian, any final thoughts here on the way out? You too, Joey Aguilar haters. Yep.
It's the season to get here.
Oh, my God, Matt. You said it. I didn't. Thank you, Matt. Till we meet again, love you, appreciate you. Cinco will be in here tomorrow. I want to talk with the great one tomorrow, Wednesday with Watson Brown, about why these offenses are all of a sudden, everybody's slowing it down now. What's that about? I want to pick his alleged mind tomorrow. And we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Peace.